Welcome back to the Wet Sock Podcast. I'm Matt,
Val.
I'm Alex.
and this is the Wet Sock Podcast.
Where our socks are always wet.
Yeah, it's never a happy world we live in, but
We actually soak our socks and put them on before recording.
yeah. And I hope all of you like the new animation on the front of the video, also known as the introduction.
I think we have one fan at this point, one who subscribed anyways.
We had one person say, "You have a new subscriber in me," or something, and thank you very much. I don't know if you're a bot, so if you're a bot, thank you very much. Yeah. I don't know.
We're not one of those channels that's going to buy 1,000 subscribers overnight. We're doing it old school.
I know. Word of mouth, word of internet algorithm mouth.
Started at the bottom.
That was my
still
thing.
here.
when I made my first YouTube channel, like random people were like, "Oh, great video," but like it was just random profiles, and I didn't realize they were bots. So I was like replying to all of them, like, "Oh, thank you for watching." Like, thank you. They're like, "Great vid. I like vid." And I was like, "Yeah." Like it was all bad English.
That's almost English.
Yeah, it was like all really bad English, and I was like,
cried.
"Yeah." So I was like, "Oh, thank you so much." And then this one guy like wrote, he goes, "Stop replying to the bots. All the comments are gonna get deleted." And they did. Like 2 days later, I was like, "Holy shit!"
Oh no.
So, just I have no idea what I'm doing. His comment's still there though, so maybe.
I completely forgot that you had a YouTube channel. What kind of stuff did you post on it?
It was just like really stupid cartoons because I was trying to make a cartoon. Yeah.
What do you think? What was the most obscene comment you got? Like, because there's always people out there that just sort of post just random shit.
It was like, I wouldn't even say it's obscene because it was kind of relevant, but it was. It's nothing compared to what you got because you had like several views on the last couple of your videos.
Yeah, we're gonna get there because I have a couple like floating around my head right now.
Mine, like I spent 24 hours making this one thing. It was that Voltorb, but I designed it to I wrote code to create lightning, from scratch. Like I just made this thing. It was so fucking cool. Like I designed all these effects. But it's a 2-second video, and the guy was like, 2 seconds long, you're so stupid, this video is shit. I was obviously, that's what I'm assuming he sounds like in real life. I was just like, what an asshole. So I wrote laugh out loud to him, I didn't know what to say. Because if I yell at him, he's just going to come back and be like, "Oh, I had sex with your dog, you loser."
You fool.
Yeah, you fool.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some cards to Carly, dog.
Oh, God. I think, so, when I was doing the YouTube channel thing, so I'm in middle school. It's like 2007, 2008, and this is before I posted the breakthrough, all the Thomas the Tank Engine parodies that I did. But I was doing a parody. One of my friends had just some posable Gumby figurines. I had one of Gumby and one of Pokey.
Yeah.
So I was just doing this I just call it the Gumby Show, and I would just do these short sketches or whatever. But there was one comment that has stuck with me because it's so just out of left field. Going through my comments, and some guy wrote "This is the worst thing I've ever seen. Jump out a window while I do your sister." Middle school me replies, "I don't have a sister, lol."
That's fucking great.
You know what the shitty thing is though? If you go to the bulk of my videos, because they're a Gumby Show parody and a Thomas parody, YouTube automatically turns the comments off because it sees it as kids content. You can't comment on kids content apparently.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know why it's a thing. So all those beautiful comments just completely lost.
Gone.
Honestly, there's probably a workaround for it though. If there's a Google Chrome extension to bring back the dislike button, there's probably one of those to bring back kid comments or whatever.
Well, they have all kinds of different ones for Reddit. If people delete their posts or whatever, you can find them off in some dark corner of the internet.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
I'm not a Reddit user.
I'm never making a Reddit account.
No, I'm just staying away from that shit.
It's kind of weird. We've never made Reddit accounts.
No.
I've never had YouTube, but I have Reddit.
Wow. I've had like 20 YouTube accounts.
Jeez, man.
Because I didn't post on people's videos, but it like never got into Reddit. I don't know what it was.
People would send me stuff from Reddit, but I was never like, all right, time to go home and go on Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people would send me like memes and just like random shit from Reddit, but yeah.
My old roommates would go there.
Videos from Reddit.
Those are great. My old roommate would do that, but he would just come home and like the first thing you do is just like scroll on Reddit for like 30 minutes and just get caught up with like all this random shit you follow.
One of my friends is like one of the mods for Boston. Like the Boston.
Oh, the Boston,
yeah,
right?
Doesn't being a mod like take up your entire life?
Yeah. Especially if it's like a big, like something like that.
That just doesn't sound like fun at all. And you don't get paid for it, do you? Just do it for the
purely
for the karma, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, because all the mods have like a billion karma or something, right?
You get like Reddit Gold. What do you do with Reddit Gold? What is that?
It means nothing.
But like,
it's like whose line's it anyway?
It's not cash
so
though.
The points are meaningless.
Like it's not actually money.
No, you have to pay to get it usually. So it's like
so you
buy the gems.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So I can buy stuff on Reddit and it really doesn't like I can't redeem it for anything. It's not like points, like credit card points.
So like if I wrote like a heartwarming post about like overcoming depression and I get like 10 gold things.
You now have 10 gold. You can turn that into gold that you or like other awards you can give to other people, but it doesn't mean anything. Like you can't redeem it for $10 or whatever. Like it just only exists on Reddit.
That's really disappointing.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I'd expect to be able to trade it in for like, you know, again, going back to like credit card points, you can at least like, here's our offers for the month, you know, pay off your bills.
Yeah, I want to get like a gift card to like Dunkin' Donuts or something like that.
Even that's fine, yeah.
Yeah, I would take that. It's just like, you wrote a really nice post. Here's a free coffee.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I wanted. It's funny you mentioned Reddit. So I got a new job and it's at a larger company. So at the company they have like their own social media kind of. It's not like a profile like Facebook or something, but like it has your profile picture. You can put a banner on there and you can say like what your skills are and just to get to know you a little bit.
No, my place is the same exact way. I think it's just company policy at this point. But yeah, it's like a weird.
They do that now?
Yeah, so we have not only like you have a company website and like profile a little bit about you, but then there's also an internal. It's kind of like Facebook, but it's an internal thing called Yammer. Is that?
Oh, we have that. Yeah.
So it's like Facebook.
Microsoft's Facebook.
Right. It's like Facebook, but just within your company.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
They have this at this company, and I log onto my profile.
Yeah.
And it's some random fucking guy.
What?
That I've never seen him before.
Hundreds of emails already.
Yeah, so I log into my email. I have over 100 emails from Reddit for like the first time I've opened up Outlook. And it's just like all of these crazy posts. It's like he's like commenting and like Al Franken's an asshole, and like he's talking about like he doesn't trust women and he wouldn't trust women if they did this and like all this stuff. This is like my very first like 5 minutes logging into the computer at the new job, and I was like, what the shit is this? So I thought that the IT guy used my email to create like a burner account. And he was getting like spammed like crazy, like people responding to his comments like "fuck you, dude, you're a misogynist," like the whole thing. So I put a ticket into IT, and I was like, I think something's up.
You think?
Yeah. So like I go to my profile and I see the guy, and it's just like he wrote it, so it's like a banner profile with him with like his sister or his girlfriend or something, and then there's like a picture of him smiling at like a wedding, one of those like high detail ones.
Sure.
and then there's like a section on the bottom right called like skills. So so he has 5 skills. First is AutoCAD. Second is cooking. I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? Why'd you write that? Why did you write that? Like, it has nothing to do with anything in engineering. Like, hiking. It went from AutoCAD to cooking to hiking. I was like, you don't do 2 of those at your job. Like, I doubt you're even doing AutoCAD. Like,
how do you get skilled at hiking though? Like,
well, you didn't die. Walk? Yeah.
Okay. Well,
like you're good at breathing, survival.
I was gonna say, knowing
hiking is a skill. Nature walking is not a skill.
Okay,
like,
fair.
It's like there's different skill levels between like, oh, I hiked Washington and oh, I hiked Everest. It's like that kind of I can see that being a skill. But anyways, is it applicable to your job?
No. And like you could ask him questions about this.
Okay.
So it said the profile was created in 2014.
All right.
So it turns out there was another guy with my exact same name who left this company, and he lived in the Texas area, and they were like, oh yeah, so we'll create a new email for you and get rid of everything. So all they did was add another email with like, instead of Matthew, it was Matt.
Wow.
And then they attached his email to mine anyway, so I had both emails, and I could choose, like, you know where it says, like, when you send an email to someone, it says from.
Oh, send as.
Yeah, so I could do send as Matt or Matthew, and I was like, this is stupid. Just delete the profile. Yeah. It took them a week to delete this profile.
I was gonna say, I didn't know they still had
so their IT
Matthew.
department is really on top of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, they deleted that, but I still had that guy's profile, like, on my thing, and they're like, oh yeah, I don't know how to get rid of that. I was like, delete the profile. It's your service. Like, it's their own social media thing, so they created it.
That would be a pretty basic function. Imagine if you couldn't delete contacts in your phone.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we didn't think of that.
Oh god. So so they finally delete everything. I finally get my email as Matt, which is fine. I'd rather have that. I don't know. It's weird when people call me Matthew.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't stand when people call me Alexander. That's just like, you clearly don't know me then.
Yeah. It's so odd. Like when my grandparents do it, it's just like, you're right. But like anyone else that does it,
though.
Yeah.
Well, I was like addressing the wedding invitations. It's like you're supposed to use people's full names, so yours is going to say Alexander, but we'll put like Alex on all your shit. But it's just like, I'm like, well, I mean, most of these people I know don't give a shit if it's like the proper way to address an invitation or whatever.
Imagine me getting the save the date in the mail. Alex, not Alexander. Fuck these people.
Yeah, it has to say the third afterwards. It's just like,
even if I'm not the third.
Yeah, it's just like, in my lineage,
Esquire.
It's not
the conqueror.
Yeah. Alexander the Decent, like, not the great. He was just a good guy.
Alexander the Alright, I guess.
Yeah.
Alexander the Adequate.
Yes.
Who invented those nicknames? Like Ivan the Conqueror, or like
probably Ivan.
Yeah.
For that one, anyway.
Well, I'm pretty sure Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah.
I think he impaled a lot of people. Though,
yeah, but like, how do you get that name? It's just like
they couldn't count back then, so to distinguish from like the father and the son, the grandson and the great grandson, they had to give them like names like that. So it was like Vlad the Impaler, Vlad the Baker, Vlad the
Baker.
Oh,
it'll make tapping noise. we learned from experience.
Yes, I remember.
This is nothing like the fucking sonic booms.
Yeah.
Every time we
think that was me too.
Every time for our faithful listeners, episode 2, we're gently putting our beers down on the table.
It was like those
the vine booms.
Yeah, or I was gonna say those those electrode bombs that Jango Fett had in the second episode of Star Wars.
I feel like that's a more obscure reference than mine.
Yeah. I know, but like,
I thought you were talking about those like the
paddle,
like the paddle games where it was like the little tennis racket things with like the plastic or whatever. No. Dumbass. Wrong. No, it was like they were like these tennis racket type thing, like some sort of racket, and it had like a plastic like fill in it, and it would just make a boom sound when you hit something.
I remember the ones with Velcro.
I don't remember.
Yeah, similar.
I don't know what you're talking about though.
I don't know.
Wow, all of us just suck at this.
Yeah, like that's really bad.
You know something? You suck.
I do.
Donkey Kong sucks.
No, it doesn't. So yeah, I got my. So his Reddit name was my full name 33.
That's not all right.
Yeah, I was just like, fuck, they're gonna think it's me, like writing all this shit. So I showed it to my friend, and he was like, you should just delete his profile. You just sign in and be like, I forgot my password.
That's a great idea.
There's got to be some red text somewhere you can click on that says delete profile.
Yeah. So I didn't do it. I'm like, I don't want to get sued by this guy. He seems like the kind of guy that would like sue you for that or something. Like, hey, you stole my identity. Like, technically, I'm cooler than you.
Yeah, but the court case would just be like your name versus your name.
Yeah. This is like a guy with multiple personality disorders.
He sued himself.
It's odd. He looked
and represented himself.
He looked
both sides.
Yeah. It's odd. He looked different than I did. Like, he was pale with blonde hair and like just massive.
Oh, your arch nemesis.
Yeah. I have dark hair. I can tan.
The anti-matte.
Yeah.
Anti-matter.
He's happy. I'm not. No, I'm happy. I'm just depressed at the same time.
Matt's crying on the inside.
Yeah. He's just like very joyed on the inside. He's just like, oh. But he sounds like he's upset like all the time. Just a very terrible person in general.
Like
yeah.
this
Maybe.
personified.
Maybe. Something like that. I don't know. So.
But
yeah.
Val's pointing to a very distorted picture of Matt's face. That's
Is it though?
That's very distorted. It's a picture.
one of those Snapchat filters.
One of those Snapchat filters of like large bug eyes, and it extends your mouth. It's a common one to put on me when I go on a rant, I guess.
The rants are epic.
Yeah, it also like pitches your voice up, right?
Yeah, I get like a baby voice at the same time. It's good. But other than that, the job has been going well.
That's terrific.
So I got the profile, got everything done.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
You timed it well too, like the switch.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant the boom
The
thing.
boom sound.
Well, yeah,
that was
I mean,
pretty well done.
Yeah, that was good.
That's a given.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just
like, peace out, bitches. I have COVID.
Oh yeah, I got COVID
You said
I got COVID for Christmas. Yay!
Yeah, you said you had a whole plethora of stories that you needed to
Oh my god.
tell.
Yeah. So I don't even know. Like,
yep.
No, I don't know if I can.
Let's just keep talking over Matt so we can't start a story.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna say like I don't know if I can like how much to divulge from the leaving the other job, but like
just say you left one job. And went to
yeah,
another
I left
job.
one
Just
job
don't
and
use-
went to another, and
no
during my
names, no specifics.
during my 2 weeks notice period, I catch fucking COVID, and I can't work because I'm
Fucking
exhausted.
COVID, yeah.
So like it's my last week, and I'm like, I'm sick, and I'm just sitting there like thinking they're gonna be thinking that I'm like just done with the job.
You're just coasting. Yeah.
Yeah. So like
Losers.
the first 3 days of my last week, I was out for 2 of them. And then we had our group meeting where I didn't have my camera on, and everyone has their camera on at this meeting. And which is weird because like at like the old job, the one that we worked at, it like no one uses their cameras.
Oh, we never do.
Yeah. So that job, everyone uses the cameras.
We still use our cameras. We make it a point to say, like, turn your camera on if someone's a bit reluctant to turn their camera on.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Was it different
must have
in
just
the
gotten lucky.
department you worked in?
In the department I was in, nobody used
Well,
the
see, my
camera.
department, we love to see each other's faces. Yeah.
Okay, so it went from we never used the camera ever for the first year and a half of COVID, and then this new job you had to use the camera or you're an asshole. There's a, so I didn't go to work the first 2 days. I was sick.
Yes.
I get there, I look like shit. So, and I don't want people to like see me with COVID, so I don't turn my camera on. My fucking coworker was just like, "Wow, you're really showing an attitude, huh?" I was like, "What?" He goes, "You don't show up to work and then you don't have the camera on, you're just not there at the meeting." I was like, "I'm not doing that. Like, I just don't want you to like think I'm dying or something. I don't want to be a distraction."
I've read stuff about that. Like somebody gets shit for not turning their camera on, and it turns out they're like in the hospital getting chemotherapy.
Yeah.
And like their boss wouldn't let it go, so they turn it on. They're just like hooked up to all kinds of tubes, and the boss is like, "Oh."
It's one of those just like, oh shit moments. How bad could you have possibly looked?
My nose was running a bunch. I kept blowing my nose. I didn't want people to keep seeing me like do this. Like I made a gesture to my face.
It could be far worse things out there.
No, I know. Like
yeah. I understand.
I just like I don't know. I just didn't turn it on. I didn't want to be a distraction by like coughing and
fucking
falling asleep, doing boogie fever. Like, it's just awkward. I felt bad.
Well, I'm sorry you got snapped at. That's just not fun.
Yeah, I felt bad. COVID was kind of weird. I was like really sick for the first 2 days that I was negative for, so it said I didn't have COVID. I got better, and then the test thing was like, "Oh yeah, you have COVID."
No shit.
No shit. So I started to feel better, no fever, nothing. But like I lost my sense of taste and smell for about like half a week. This is the weird story I was telling you about, because you asked me if I lost my sense of smell. I couldn't, like, I'm like 4 or 5 days into this no smell thing. I'm sleeping. I'm having like a really weird dream. You know when you have a dream that's like, it's okay, and then it starts to get really uncomfortable and you freak out and wake up, but it wasn't.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it wasn't scary yet. You just got that feeling like it's going to be bad.
Yeah, like it's very unsettling.
Yeah.
But it's not like quite the terrifying stage just yet.
Yeah, like you're not getting killed right
Get off the road.
Yeah. So like I get so uncomfortable in bed, and then I wake up and all I can smell is lavender. It's like when you're smelling smoke and you're just alarmed. You're like, "Oh my god, where's the smoke coming from?"
Someone's burning lavender.
Yeah. So like I just like got up and I was like, "Lavender," at 2 a.m, and it was the smell from the Tide cloth disinfectant spray that Val put on the bed, and I was just like, "Oh my god, I can smell again!" Like just out of nowhere. I'm just like sniffing random things. I'm just like, "I'm back."
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. So, yeah. I went from nothing to a lavender grenade in bed.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking of that one SpongeBob episode where he gets sick and he can finally smell again. It's when he's rubbing someone's foot.
Oh, no! That's awesome.
All right, so you basically had the suds. Anyway, so you smelled some lovely lavender.
Yes, I did. The lavender was very good. I don't know if you lost your...
I did.
You did.
I still I'm not 100% back yet, because there's something the other day that it was like, oh, it was the wax melt thing. Like the scent diffuser.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't smell this. And it was, you're like, oh yeah, I can smell it.
Yeah, it was very strong.
What was it? Was that also lavender?
No.
What is this?
I know it was that actually.
It was?
Yeah. Lavender eucalyptus.
Fucking great scent lavender.
Yeah.
It is.
I know. You can't.
So good.
Can you eat lavender? Like, do people put that in
certainly,
things?
yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I imagine you wouldn't just like pick and like
Like eat it.
Yeah, you wouldn't crumple it up and do it in one bite like a fruit roll-up.
It's like, I made chocolate chip cookies. I made lavender chip cookies. Like,
I don't think you can
eat
turn
like
them into
roses
chips.
and shit like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like with lavender, you could like use that in gin or something too. Like it's when you see like 12 different botanicals, that's got to be one.
That's
of them.
what. So for my sister and my brother-in-law for Christmas, I got them a do your own vodka kit.
Oh.
So it has like all these different things you can infuse it with.
Oh
and
yes,
then,
like ginger and lilac, lavender,
cinnamon,
random saffron,
floral,
blubber,
Baleen, filtered through Baleen,
whale blubber.
Yeah, it's like the those stupid jelly beans from Harry Potter. Halle Berry. No.
I thought you were gonna say Howie Potter.
Yeah. I have some. They're like
fucking Birdie Bots every flavor beans.
Yeah.
I remember those. Yeah.
I would love to come up with like really stupid fucking flavors for that.
Like worse than earwax.
Yeah, like I don't know, horseradish. Like it just.
I'm pretty sure they did a horseradish.
Did they?
I think so. Yeah.
Because
they had there's like pepper, mustard, like
silicone.
Yes.
Like
silicone implant.
These are really stupid ones, like cardboard,
like copper pipe. Like plaster,
coins,
drywall,
exhaust.
Oh shit! I got motor oil. Like I hate this flavor.
Again.
Like everyone just starts kicking him on the commercial. It's like, hey Dan, what flavor of this gin did you get? Oh, horse hair. Like, no, it's like horsehair insulation. It's not even horsehair. It's like, who the fuck made that flavor?
That reminds me of the muffins video. Have you?
Muffins!
Yeah, asbestos muffins.
Oh my god, asbestos. Yeah, no, there was a lot of those.
What?
Yeah.
That's so vague. Muffins video. There's so many muffins.
That's one of those ones.
Did you never see that one? That was one of those word of mouth YouTube viral hits from back in the day.
You remember like shoes? Let's get some shoes.
Oh my god, shoes.
No.
These shoes suck.
Okay.
Oh no.
Same guy.
Everyone in this is why
in muffins. Everybody was talking about them.
Oh yeah.
This is why I never saw muffins. So these people in high school that sat at the same French table that I sat at always did the shoes thing, and I didn't think it was funny.
That has nothing to do with muffins, though.
But you said it was from the guy who made.
Guy,
so
but he's
that's
playing
why
a different character.
I know, but that's why I never did it. That's why I never saw it.
What would you like for breakfast, Donnie? Muffins. Come on.
Strawberry muffins.
Blueberry.
That's great.
Oh my god,
so good. I'm trying to think of what are some of the other ones, like those classic videos that like.
Oh, the badger mushroom. It's a snake.
That one predates YouTube big time. I remember seeing that one on Newgrounds back in the day.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That one was on Newgrounds. Albino Black Sheep. Like it was one of those videos that just kept looping over and over back when Flash was a thing. Rest in peace.
I
know.
I know this came out way after, but like that, like the taking the hobbits to Isengard thing.
Oh yeah,
like that came out around the same time.
the hobbits to Isengard.
Yeah. That one was good, and there was the potatoes one too. There's also Lord of the Rings theme.
Potatoes?
Oh!
That was when Auto-Tune came out, like the app. They could like make the little like
clips and stick them in the stew.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, those were terrible.
Yeah, looking back, it's amazing that people like just how humor has changed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because back then that was peak humor.
It was so funny.
That's back when memes had more longevity than a week.
Yeah.
Not even. It's so hard to keep up now.
I know.
Like the whole the rejected cartoons. That's another one.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you how many times I watched that.
Oh,
that
so
was
good.
So fucking funny.
I still remember I was playing Kings with a bunch of friends at school once, and it was whatever the one that's like a question. You have to just go around the circle and answer questions.
You just have to keep saying questions.
Exactly. Yeah. So mine was Tuesday is coming. Did you bring your coat? And the next person just died. I was like, I won that round. It was great.
Like, so hopefully they died laughing and then responded with, "Oh, I live in a giant bucket."
Well, we've gotten our niece to say, "My spoon is too big.
My spoon is too big." And the vacuum noise turns on. Welcome to the Family Learning Channel. And now angry ticks fire out of my nipples.
My anus is bleeding. Yay. For the love of God.
He's cutting back to him. Oh, he's drowning in fucking blood.
Is there like a history to that? Like, did this guy make it and just call it Rejected Cartoons, or did he actually submit it?
No.
Okay.
I'm sure it was meant to be.
It's all just a game.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's Don Hertzfeld. He did a bunch of other like just short films, animated stuff, but that's by far his most famous one.
The end of the world.
The end of the
world.
Yes. Yes, that was really good.
So
here's
the round.
But that I'm tired. Jesus. You know,
I didn't see these.
I actually tried looking.
It's starting to come back.
I know, right? I actually tried looking that one up on YouTube not too long ago, just because it randomly popped into my head. Couldn't find it.
Really?
I really hope this doesn't wind up as like lost media.
It's all this...
That one was such a popular one, though. I'd be really surprised if someone didn't save it or download it.
Oh, they definitely saved it.
They had to have, because that one was fucking everywhere. That was on, that one was definitely on, Newgrounds, E-Bombs World, Albino Black Sheep, and then even some of the more obscure sites, too.
Yeah.
That one just was everywhere.
Oh, yeah, literally. Albino Black Sheep.
Boom.
There it is.
They have a YouTube channel?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, pull it up. This one, 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the Earth. Chilling. Dang, that is a sweet Earth, you might say. Round. Alright, ruling out the ice caps melting, meteors becoming crashed into us, the ozone layer leaving, and the sun exploding, we're definitely going to blow ourselves up. Okay. So basically, we've got China, France, India, Israel, Pakistan, Russia, the UK, and us with nukes. We've got about 2,600 more than anybody else. Whatever. Anyway, one day we decide those Chinese sons of a bitches are going down. So we launch a nuke at China. While it's on its way, China's like, shit, who the fuck is shooting us? Oh well, fire missiles. And France is like, shit guys, we got the missiles, they are coming, fire our shit. But then they're tired. Well, have a nap. Then fire the missiles! Meanwhile, Australia is down there like, WCF, mates. India, Israel, and Pakistan launched their shit, so now we've got missiles flying everywhere, passing each other. Russia's like, motherland! Then England's like, that's on, right, chaps?
Mars is laughing at us.
Right up. So now the US is like, fuck, we're dumbasses. Canada's like, what's going on, eh? Australia's still like, WTF. Mars is laughing at us, and some huge meteor's like, well, fuck that. Everyone's dead except Australia, and they're still like, WTF. But they'll be dead soon. Fucking kangaroos. But, assuming we don't blow ourselves up, us Californians just have to worry about California breaking off from the United States to go hang with Hawaii. Alaska can come too. The end!
I never saw that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that was one of, the classics. That one, and then,
You know what the crazy thing is? Videos like that, because there's a lot of them, just random flash animations.
Yeah.
Nobody, there's no names attached to that. Do we even know who the hell animated this? Whose voice that is?
Did you ever hear of Group X?
No, it's
No.
not.
Okay, so, I don't know. There was one of those, word of mouth things in college, but, let me find it.
But what was it?
It was a video, but it was these guys that would make up, these sort of songs, but they're videos that are little cartoons that go with it.
Hey,
Yes! I remember this!
What do you think?
Hey, I got a new Super 88. You did not. I got it in chunkies for $2. Oh, yeah, let me see it.
Wow.
Yeah, you like that, idiot. I got it. You don't.
Guess what?
Hey, guess what? What? It has new game. What game? I want to play it.
It's called Mario
Twins.
Twins.
They look the same.
Mario Twins.
You guys.
They look so goddamn
similar.
similar.
The same person. I would say to them, you want ice cream cone?
Both of them say yes.
How in the hell? They are twins. What the hell? Hey, let's play it. Ready? All right. Do it. There goes.
I had no idea this was them.
Yeah.
What is that?
This is such a mess.
They had like a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah.
This is the one I remember the most, though. I can't say I've seen any of the other ones. But...
You hear 55?
What is it?
This is another one of their things. So there are three that I found out about at school. It was Mario Brothers, Zelda, and 55.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't know the other two. The Mario one was the one that I remember popping up the most.
Oh god, the ads.
Oh, jeez, YouTube ads.
The thing that's different about a version.
Did you want to know a secret? Cause I know one and it is so good to hear it. You want to know what it was? Alright, I'll tell you what it was. I know how to count all the way to 55. And I will tell you how to do it faster than you can say poopty poopty pints. You ready to hear it, baby? Alright. Schwan. 2. 2.5. 7.
What is this accent?
14. 21. 27 half. 27. 37. What you say? Siggity slow. 55. Siggity slow. Siggity slow. 55.
My IQ, 55. My IQ, 55.
You must pay. 5 plus 5 is 50, 50, 50, 55.
Okay.
Wow.
So that was the cesspool. That was my college YouTube exposure.
Again, and that is like a peak humor back then too.
Oh god, yeah. I remember the only other one I could think of off the top of my head was like a similar. It was like college humor. Somebody did like a spoof video of "Sugar We're Going Down" because it's like Fall Out Boy is like impossible to understand what they're saying in the song, so it's like they made their own video of it.
Right,
And it was just
they would just do misheard lyrics.
Yep.
I see.
Those are pretty big.
Yeah.
I mean, they still have those with bad lip reading.
You can tell those were music majors in college. They're just like, they have like an insanely hard degree to pass, and they like, you don't really do anything with it.
It's
Like,
so hard to like make it into the industry. It's not like there's like just like you go on LinkedIn and there's thousands of jobs available for music majors.
No.
It's like you got to either be a teacher or like a music artist.
One of my best friends went to school for music for like the past 10 years. Like
holy shit.
Undergrad, master's program, assistantship, doctorate. Like it is a brutal field to get a job in, especially when you want to go into performance and you play a specific instrument.
I was gonna ask what they do,
to prove your point again. Like civil engineering, you're just going to LinkedIn. Every state, everybody needs civil engineers.
Yeah,
jobs are dime a dozen.
Yeah,
but let's say like he plays trombone. You have to wait for a position to open up in a college you want to work at in order to even be considered for the job. And even then, you not only have to be good, you have to be amazing in order to get this position.
Better than the 24 other people that are trying for the same job.
Right. It's incredibly stressful to get work in music there. I can't even imagine what that must be like.
Yeah, so like I just feel terrible. Like I had a few friends at UMass Lowell because they had a pretty good music program, and like they would have to practice and like they didn't have tests. They had like not auditions, but like performances.
Yeah.
So you'd have to like play only in front of your professor, whatever instrument it was, and you have to be like perfect, and they would grade you on the spot.
Yeah. Like
and
how stressful is that? You're never really off the clock then because you could always be practicing if you're not doing work.
Yeah.
You know?
Like math, it's just like Man, you just apply that equation.
I
like,
mean, to a degree, that does like apply to student life in general. You're never truly off the clock. Like, I could be studying for the exam in 2 weeks, or not. But yeah, I feel like the practicing thing just adds another layer of stress to it. I'm really glad I kept music as a hobby because I feel like I would lose all enjoyment from it if I had gone to school for it. I feel like it just would have beat it out of me and made me hate it in the end.
I've heard that time and time again about turning a hobby into your job. It's like it'll ruin it. I love baking. I love crocheting.
Oh,
I could never do it for a job because you have to do it so much and it just becomes like a burden almost, or like a...
Exactly. And you're also not working at your own pace either.
Right.
That's another thing. It's like if I'm learning a particular song, I can take as long as I want with it. I can mess around with it. If I'm getting frustrated, I can put it down for a little bit. But if I needed to like meet a deadline or learn a part for a performance, it's like that's putting a fire under my ass, and like that's kind of making it a very like stressful situation. I'm gonna end up learning it and doing well, but I'm gonna never want to touch it again.
Right, exactly.
The other
sucks.
To that point, like say you were a baker and you just loved making all kinds of things. Most of the time, you wake up on like a Saturday and it's like, oh, I want to make this kind of bread, or I want to make like this weird pie thing, and you just have it in your mind. If you're a baker, you're gonna have like that one idiot that walks into your shop and it's like, okay, so my friend's getting married, and this is for a bachelorette party. I need a three-tier penis.
Could you put the dildo in the bread?
Yeah, it would be so fun. Oh my god, you can bake this, right? Like you can bake the dildo in there, right? Like, can you make it
a
shoot?
Boston cream donut shaped like a penis?
Can you make it shoot? And like, so
Can you make it
yeah.
shoot?
So you're just sitting there, like you're like, instead of doing something that you wanted to do, it's like I want to make this raspberry dribble cake or whatever the fuck it is. Like, no one ever wants to make
sure
that.
That's what it's called, Matt.
Is it?
No.
Well, some sort of
Drizzle.
thing. Drizzle. Oh,
No.
dribble. There's like basketballs. Slam
like
done.
Hundreds of raspberries.
No, but like that's what you're getting requested, and it's just like fuck this. That's why I like writing. Like I will produce that book. I'm telling you, I will have a book that I am producing.
It is January 21st, 2023.
I will
going on record. He's going to produce that book.
Yes, I will have a book next year, first draft, and then I'll have a published book in 2 years. But I don't know. I wouldn't want to be a writer where they're just like, okay, we need to make a diabetes commercial. And it's like I need, but like we don't know what to write, and it's like you have to come up with the exchange, and it's just like
I'm Wilford Brimley.
I'm here from Liberty Medical, and I have something to say.
Diabetes.
Diabetes. You know I have diabetes. When I say diabetes, betus, call Liberty. That's on YouTube. Yeah.
I mean, like a million times over, Matt. That's the best YouTube poop material there is.
Yeah.
Now combine that, because for some reason when you first said the diabetes guy, it made me think of like the Don Bullock guy.
Oh.
Wait
there was a commercial.
There's only one diabetes guy.
There, you know, you know the typical like
Liberty Medical
election season for candidates, like politicians.
Sure, like are you talking about like the horrible attack ads?
Yeah, the horrible attack ads. So like,
just zero shame.
Yeah,
zero shame.
They're like, and it's like it's always paid for by someone like completely random. It's like paid for by the squirrel fuckers community. It's like what? Who the fuck is that? Like, so they made it's like it has nothing to do with the candidate.
The Squirrel Fucker Association of America.
Yeah, SQFFA. So they have this thing, and they have this fucking guy who's like upset about this Don Balduke guy from New Hampshire, and it's this guy with like an oxygen thing into his nose. He's walking around his house.
So this is it with this
in a chair.
Oh, I've seen. Oh,
but like he's just sitting there, like he can barely fucking move, and he's like,
fucking
Dad, Balduke, I earned my money. You want to get rid of Social Security? And it was like a video, and it was so poorly spliced together from the thing. So it basically said,
Why the fuck did you give him Grover's voice?
yeah, no, that's what he sounds like. So he they like put a video of Don Balduke on there,
Yeah.
and like I don't support Don. I'm just saying this commercial was stupid. It was a video of him on another video.
Sure.
So it's already poorly made. And then it's like, Social Security, I would vote against Social Security. It's like a really bad YouTube poop. And then he goes... Okay.
Oh no, Matt.
No. I was just like, they played it like eight times.
It's so poorly edited that you can't help but make fun of it, like regardless of who the person in the actual video.
So it was basically a YouTube
so
poop.
Now you're never gonna forget it. Isn't that the worst part?
I know.
And then, like, again, back to Reddit, like people, it was so bad. People were commenting on it on there, like,
Yeah.
it was just like, oh, it's like the worst.
I haven't seen this, and
It's just so
I
good.
kind of don't want to now.
It's great and it's stupid, but like they're
It's
all
a horrific mess.
They're all dumb.
so
I think these political commercials are so stupid.
They're dumb
like,
bad on purpose.
Yeah.
They take the dumbest shit, amplify it, and then, like you said, pay for the squirrels, fuckers association.
yeah, and it's like, what is that? They'll go up to like random people on the street. So like, there's a guy like filling his gas tank, and it's like, what do you think about Martha Stewart? It's like, I fucking hate Martha Stewart, and it's like that makes the commercial. Like it has nothing. Like, like, why'd you hate her? Why'd you ask him?
Yeah, there's no
exactly.
context to
Yeah.
Just
anything.
taking stuff out of context.
There's like
totally edited together.
there's like someone on like in there's someone getting like stretchered off to an ambulance, like on a stretcher, and they just bring the camera up to them, and they're like barely breathing, and they're like, what do you think about Don Balduke? And they're like, I can't breathe, and it's like,
Would you vote for someone who just leads it with that shit? This man can't breathe.
This man can't breathe. I don't think we can have Don in public service. It's like, holy shit.
Play the dramatic music.
Yeah. It's like the black and white. It's like, no. Like someone throwing out like toys into a bag because like their kids grew up.
I'm also a fan of, like you said, black and white footage, and then they have like clipped out of context quotes. Did you know that in 2017, Don Balduke, whatever the fuck this guy's name, Don Balduke said, and then it'll be like, do you really want someone in office who said
this? paid for by the Seagull Choir Association.
Yeah. The quote will have ellipses, brackets, like it's barely a quote at all.
It's more punctuation than it is quote.
It's like 9 commas in a row. It's like, this person said, oops, and it's just like, would you really want that to happen to your Social Security? Vote for Martha Coakley. Like, what?
Or they take a really long speech and they just do like ellipses between the words they want to use, like I hate black people. Would you vote for someone like a racist?
Paid for by the short giraffe community, like the short neck giraffe community. They didn't get to grow. It's like, we didn't get to be tall. We voted for this person instead. Like,
that reminds me of that. I think I showed you the DirecTV commercial that was like the small giraffe. The guy, it's like opulence. I has it, and then he's got like this little tiny giraffe that goes. Very good.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah. It's very
It
cute.
was a good one.
I don't remember a lot of the DirecTV commercials.
I just remember that one for some reason.
I couldn't tell you any of the dialogue in that commercial, but I remember the little like CGI giraffe.
Yeah.
We still have a dish on the roof.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We were like, should we remove that? They're like, nah, if you remove it, it's gonna have holes in your roof. I was like,
cool.
Okay.
You should take the dish off and use it as a serving platter. Or a wok, whichever.
There was a cartoon that we watched. I don't know if it was Ed, Edd and Eddy or not, but they took the dish and they used it as like a snow sled.
Oh, one of those saucer things?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some more details, my friend. It's a little too vague there.
I know.
Just sitting it. and, like,
Basically, they
whatever.
broke off the satellite dish, and they went snow tubing on it. That's all I can say. Like I don't know how else to.
What a waste of an anecdote that was.
I know. I'll edit it out. It's fine.
Speaking of satellite dishes, though, I wish I could show you this in Street View. We're doing this project in like some remote town in Vermont, and there's this house that had this comically large satellite dish mounted in their lawn. Like
There's one of those in my hometown.
like this motherfucker's trying to contact aliens or something.
Yep.
Like it's like this round. I know
Oh my
like,
God.
people listening can't see my arms, but I'm stretching them out pretty wide. It's
The diameter was about 60 inches.
yeah. I must say, no, it was a relatively large satellite dish looking thing, but it was mounted in the guy's lawn. Like it looked like a scaled down version of one of the satellites you'd see at like a space observatory or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing with that.
Like, what would you do with that? Like, make your own. You can just make your own radio show on the internet. Like, it's like this podcast. You can just make one. He's just like talking to random.
I'll listen to her.
I think the weirdest part was that it was a decrepit old house too. It's not like it's this like.
Well, that's how it always is, though.
Yeah, it's like, what is this dude doing? It's like I don't know. The satellite dish is weirder than, say, you ever seen like old houses with the freaking like antennas like stacked on antennas?
Oh
That-
yeah, and they're
that
not
was-
even like tall antennas. They look like grates.
They're the
from
ones
a
with like a
room.
billion arms on
Yeah.
them too. That at least kind of makes sense. It's like, okay, maybe this guy's got like a ham radio or something, but
Yeah.
Well, I was like, there's a house near where I grew up that has different. So there was a house close by that had one of those satellite dishes too. But this house had a telescope, but it was like one of those like half bubble type telescopes. So it was like on a second-story deck,
oh wow.
and it was like a full bubble. And then there's this probably 3 or 4 foot like corrugated tube that went down to the ground like underneath it. So I don't know if it was like an anchor or some sort of like footing or what, but it was
No.
very strange.
That maybe it was like power or something like that. I don't know.
You might be right. That would make sense. But this was like you couldn't even get your arms all the way around it. That's how big it was.
Wow.
Like it was very strange.
Oh,
I'll point
my.
it out next time we go.
I think I've seen this.
It's very, very unusual.
I feel like that would be fun to do, but like,
For like a week.
I
and then
wouldn't-
it's like-
I wouldn't want to like.
what would you do?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, let's go take a look at Venus, and it's like you saw it, and that's like,
Again.
all right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom
Yeah,
now.
it's
Like,
still
Yeah.
Venus. Yeah.
I'd just be bored. I'd be like, well, what do you want to do with that? Like explore? If, like, you can't take notes on it because you don't have like the technology, like a Hubble telescope, to like take real notes on it.
Take a picture of the black hole.
Okay, I don't know, but like,
Yeah.
there's some people that fucking love that though.
Oh yeah.
I will compare it. Like,
It's a very solitary hobby, though. I remember I was really good friends with this one kid in high school that was absolutely obsessed with astronomy. Not to be confused with astrology.
Astrology, yeah.
Because
I did
have
that a
heard
bunch of
people
times.
interchange those words, which is terrifying because they're not the same thing. Yeah, no, he was really into it. He would like actually map out, like he would go on. He had a really high quality telescope, not quite to the degree what you're describing, but like one of those really big sort of Meade telescopes.
yeah.
But he would actually like track like different ways like the stars were going, like where the constellations would be, and like, you know, he knew his shit. But
Yeah.
very invested in the hobby.
It's so strange because like you can get super invested in it,
Yeah, but
but like,
it's
what
very
do you do
solitary.
with that?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
you like keep notes. It's like, oh, this is where the meteorites were. Like, then what? Like, you know, I don't know what you do with that.
The only time I could ever think of would be, let's say you take this same kid camping and you get lost.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, there's Orion's belt. That means we're here.
I love how, this is totally random, but like, I love how shitty the constellations are compared to like what they are. It's like they're just like, oh, there's Ursa Minor, and it's just like a bunch of stars like fucking doing this,
That
like
always
with
killed
their
me.
fingers all over the place. It's just like stars everywhere. It's like looking at a ceiling with all these like random shapes on them.
I
It's
know.
like, oh yeah, there's fucking Aphrodite's. Like, what?
I just don't get how.
Fuck.
Who the fuck was like the ancient Greeks? They're just like they looked at was it like 5 stars that make like a square with a thing? Like, definitely a bear.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck is that? The Milky Way? It's like a measuring cup. That like
Big Dipper.
Yeah. What is that? Or Big Dipper or like Little Dipper or something?
Yeah, Big Dipper.
Yeah. So like
Milky Way's a candy bar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So like the big but like Big Dipper. It's a fucking measuring cup. Like who invented that? They're like, oh no, it's Orion. Who's Orion?
I don't know, but he's got a belt.
Yeah, he has like a sword too, but you don't even remember that.
That's mythology.
He's doing a jumping jack basically. That's the only like. Sometimes I know where the Big Dipper is, but Orion, like during the fall.
I always
winter,
see that one.
During the fall and winter, if I'm I walk out of my house and I look up, he's always right there. In the morning. That one's easy to spot out.
I'm curious if there were other life forms out there and they have the same like ideas about it, but it's called like Sarah in menopause. Like it just like this completely different like out of nowhere just thing, and you're trying to like talk to the aliens, and it's like
maybe they just call him like Charles.
Yeah. It's like, we have to go to Ursa Minor over there.
What are you talking about? It's Charles.
That's Charles. Like, what?
Charles, my boy.
Yeah. That's my dude. Like, aliens are pretty cool people. Yeah. Like, I always that's gonna be interesting though. Like, that's probably what it was like when like old sailors were going across the oceans and like, aside from killing everyone they saw, like just being like, do you have any water? And like some other nation was just like, do you mean cloth the poto? And it's just like, what? Or like shit, I don't know, we would want shit. Yeah, no, like no, our thing for no, that would be the thing. Like, say you were like you were an original person in some country, a native to some island, yes, and some person on a ship comes and they're just like, oh, please, ma'am, I need shit. I need so much shit. I'm so thirsty. I need as much shit as possible. But it was water.
Say shit.
And, like, you're just sitting there confused, and you just, like, shit into a bucket and give it to them. And that's how, that's why they invaded your land, because, like, you poisoned their adventurer.
You're offended.
Yeah. But, like, you honestly thought that's what they were going after? Like, that's my irrational fear of, like, some kind of alien thing. I don't know.
So what you're telling me is that your fear is that there is an alien race that uses English words, but they mean
the complete like else. Wrong thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's like if you ever think about like, do you ever wonder if you see colors differently than somebody else? Like if you're blue, somebody else is red. Or something like that. Like, how do you know?
We're gonna go down that path.
Yeah, we're going there. We are going there.
No, you'd be a great conspiracy theorist.
Well,
host.
No. The thing is, I will say though, to answer that, I mean, very interesting point. But the thing is, it doesn't really matter how we see it because we can all agree that wall over there is blue.
Yeah.
So it's like your blue might look like my red, but we can agree that that's blue.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Fair.
But aliens speaking English.
That is like totally different.
They speak perfect English, but they're like, no, this is Japanese. It's like, no, what? It's just like,
no,
everything is completely off. Like, just off.
I speak whale.
Yeah. Yeah, like I speak whale. They go up to the whale. Hey, how's it going? He didn't answer me back. I thought he would understand.
That reminds me of what is it, Ocean's 12, where it's Brad Pitt and
it's the whole gang.
The other guy, yeah.
George Clooney.
No.
Matt Damon.
It's Brad Pitt and Matt Damon. It is Matt Damon.
Yeah, he's in the
Matt Damon, Brad Pitt, and was it Robbie Coltrane?
George Clooney.
No. They're sitting outside at a cafe, and they're like, and Brad Pitt and the other guy are talking in like some sort of code. And then Matt Damon's like, oh, let the sun beat down. And Brad Pitt's like, do you know what you just said? You called Denise a whore.
Oh, no.
She's 7.
Oh.
Like, they're speaking a code, and he tries to join in because he knows what's going on. But he really doesn't.
I'd be afraid of that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to
You
do.
could start a whole intergalactic war just from.
That's my main concern.
Yeah.
Like they would talk to me.
You know, Matt, I just thought of something, and you would definitely have to fact check me on this, but this was years and years ago. I remember watching something on Discovery Channel about not uncontacted tribes, but like remote tribes in like Africa or like the Amazon or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Africa or one of like those just nondescript Pacific islands out there. But back when they were like under British rule, they picked up a bunch of English words from, just the British people that were there. And those words actually made their way into their language, but to the point where it's kind of like your alien example. The words that they use in English are English words, but they don't mean what they mean when we speak English. So hearing them talk in their native tongue, quote unquote, is really disorienting.
Oh, that's so confusing.
No. I would need to look up like what the name of the tribe is or where they're from, but I swear to God that's true.
It's like I have to carrot into the stands. It's like,
yeah,
what the fuck are you talking about?
Exactly. And to them, that would mean
I have to go to Market Basket.
Exactly.
Because they have those. That's like basically what I'm petrified of. Like I wouldn't want to, because it's like it's scary, but it's also like funny and awkward at the same time. So like I would enjoy being in that moment as well. It's just. I just know I'd die from it. Like I don't know. This is some kind of weird.
Die of an embarrassment, of cringe, of some mysterious third option.
Probably all three.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Or four. There was a mysterious option there.
Whoa, there's two mysterious options.
The mysterious option could be multiple.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always been in the camp where if we do discover extraterrestrial life, it's going to be one, nothing like we'd imagined, but also very underwhelming.
Yeah.
I feel like if we wind up sending, like I know, what is it, Jupiter's moon, Europa, the one that has like miles of ice and there's water underneath, and they're like, oh, there could be life in the water. I feel like if we ever do get to that point, it's going to be like, that's a pretty cool looking bug. But like, yeah, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, that's like how they're drilling down into like the prehistoric Arctic sea ice or whatever.
Yeah.
Recently, and it's like, okay, you're gonna find like all these bacteria that nobody on Earth has ever been exposed to.
Well, they just unleashed like all these viruses or whatever.
Yeah.
So like
COVID 3000. Like, okay, bye.
That's
like I remember like I didn't read much more into it, but I remember seeing the headline like scientists in Siberia discover 3
the
like
woolly mammoths.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was the like viruses that haven't been around since like 21,000 years.
Oh, the bubonic plague and like
it was. I don't think.
But like
Justinian
three
plague.
generations before.
Right. It was like these obscure, just ancient viruses. They're like, oh no.
Yeah, like if you found that, you're fucked. Like I don't know. Like if you just have like a what are those tray?
Vial?
No, what you look under a microscope.
A petri dish.
Petri dish slides. Yeah, you just have that, and it's like, oh, there's the plague, and it's just like,
like why do we have this?
Yeah, like you can't throw it out. Like that, like our mouse is gonna get it, and then that's how it actually spread.
I think they isolated smallpox into like a couple of vials that they have at like the CDC.
But like,
or the
why
WHO
do we have those?
Right, like
just
I think so they can study them, but it's like, have we not learned from that?
Didn't we like eradicate polio? Can't we just like
destroy
them?
Around?
Like we don't need them. Like,
they keep them in like Capri Sun juicers things.
Yeah.
Like, this is polio. Like all those silver people that come out of the Capri Sun commercials, they're just inside the iron lungs. Like they can't even move. They're just like Capri Sun jammers.
They're all in iron lungs.
Yeah. They're like flying through the air, like inside these like things.
Just heads like.
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, can't you picture a couple of scientists like, haha, got you?
Yeah, exactly.
Just squirting the pouches.
Yeah. Oh man. That's what I picture. There was someone. Oh, you're talking about the Arctic. So Europa's the
so that's the one.
That's covered in ice. You ever think back, like during the Ice Age on Earth, like we had miles of ice too.
Sure did.
So you're just kind of sitting there like, wow, in 10,000 years, that planet's gonna have like Mesopotamia going on potentially.
Well, Europe is also way further from the sun. It's not in the Goldilocks zone, so
Yeah,
to speak.
yeah, that's
So
true.
they'd have a lot harder time with that.
100,000 years, they'll
Yeah,
have
exactly.
the Mesopotamian time. You're just like eagerly awaiting it.
Well, I won't be.
I won't be. Just
Yeah.
wonder, like, if that's gonna happen.
I don't think there's a cradle of civilization there. There's no River Euphrates.
No, not at all.
Definitely no agriculture.
No, absolutely not. That's all I got.
Wow, good one.
I remember that
Matt,
105.
do you have any other opinions on extraterrestrial life?
No, I don't. I wanted to make a segment, to be honest, a fake tarot card reading.
That would be great.
Ooh.
We would make up the tarot cards.
I feel like we talked
gotta
about
work
this
on
in
this.
one of the other episodes.
We did. It was supposed to be a segment. We were supposed to like read each other's fortune for the next like period of time until the next podcast, and we would create our own cards.
Right, because like instead of having like the 5 of Pentacles, you would have like the 3 of Penises or something.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you've got an angry person wearing a Mickey Mouse hat. Like, it just something really
You're gonna have a
stupid.
terrible vacation at Disney World.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Disney's
just
gonna
like
consume your soul.
half a
You will subscribe to Disney Plus.
yeah, half a thing of French fries. It's just like, okay, you got that. An I Heart New York
McDonald's gonna
shirt.
haunt your dreams.
Yeah.
You have the 6 of tacos.
You have a dull sword. It's like, okay, from these 12 cards, I've got the idea that this is what's going to happen to you.
We should do that. Everybody make a deck of like 1 through 12 or something, and then we just lay them out for each person next time.
Yeah,
I like it.
Just work on those old improv skills.
exactly.
Oh yeah,
I would do that.
I'll do it.
All right. Well, we'll put a pin in that. We'll come back to that because we don't have any tarot cards ready right now.
We don't. We can make them up, but no, we're not going to.
No.
We do. The other thing was, I don't know if you'd be interested in this, but podcast story. League of Subpar Superheroes, like reading like a script.
Oh, like do a dramatic reading?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be all about that.
So I don't know if you'd want to do, because you have a bunch of options you can.
Can I
go
use
with.
my cat sound effect?
Yeah, yeah. Any sound effects that just adds to it.
Sure. I mean,
Do it.
Because
I mean, here you keep talking. I'll find some sound effects for you. So what are we gonna do? I don't
know.
Shop.
I don't have lasers, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, like this would be the League of Subpar Superheroes cartoon. So it's like these superheroes that have no powers whatsoever. It's like Mystery Men almost.
Great
You ever watch
movie.
that? Yeah.
Actually, just watched that for the first time a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Loved it.
Fucking great movie.
Very underrated.
Yeah,
It's one of those box office bombs that's actually a really good movie. Just nobody went to go see it, even though it has an amazing cast.
Yeah.
They got fucking Tom Waits in that movie. I don't know how they pulled that off.
Yeah, that's a great 90s movie.
Yeah, tail end of the 90s.
Yeah.
And that movie used the song All Star before Shrek did.
Yeah. I remember that.
It's at the very end.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fuck Shrek.
No, not fuck Shrek.
Yeah.
I am delicious pie.
Yeah. Terrible franchise.
Oh, but so good.
No, I'm joking. But we could do that, or just make like a stupid thing to read every once in a while. Like, I don't know. I'd be interested in doing that. Like a terrible screenplay with really bad voice readings. Like, just you totally blow their it's some
so The Room, basically.
yeah, like some 6-year-old girl's
hi, Mark.
part. It's just like, I need to go to the store.
Oh, I see.
Or like, Mom, I would like this toy.
They just chuck in a Tommy Wiseau laugh every now and again.
Yeah.
Mom, I have to go to store to get toy. What's the story,
to him all the
Mark?
time. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. She got beat up so bad, wound up in a hospital in Guerrero Street. What's the story, Mark?
I've never actually fully seen The Room,
It's fun.
but I've seen.
You've seen enough of it to think you have seen it.
Yeah.
No, you gotta sit down and watch it.
I've seen the mockumentary of
The
it.
Disaster Artist.
The Disaster Artist. I saw that.
That was good, but you'd appreciate it way more if you just sat down and watched The Room. But much like any bad movie, you have to do it with a couple friends because you can't just watch that one by yourself.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable, but I mean, it's better to watch with a couple friends. Do like a mystery science theater thing where you're just goofing on the movie the whole time.
It sucks when you can't laugh at something because like there's something like you want to make a comment to and you look to your left, no one's there, and you look to your right, no one's there. And
yeah,
like,
and you don't want to talk to
fuck.
yourself. That's a horrible idea.
Yeah, I just talk to myself.
So I will say though, watch The Room, do that. But if somewhere ever does a midnight screening of The Room, you have to do that. I've been to.
Why?
I've been to because it's much like.
Is that like a
it's
Little
much,
Shop of Horrors?
Rocky
Oh,
Horror
you're
Picture
right.
Show.
Yeah, Rocky Horror
Okay.
Picture. It's much like Rocky Horror Picture Show where there's lots of audience participation.
Yeah.
So there's like a laundry list of things that the audience does when certain moments come up in the movie. So there's a theater in Brookline, the Coolidge Corner Theater, that they would do like great like old school theater, like Art Deco, like it's basically like a 1920s 30s theater but restored.
Nice.
But every now and again they'll do they do a lot of indie films and stuff and special events. Like I went to go see a midnight screening of Texas Chainsaw Massacre there, like the original one.
Oh,
that was
wow.
fucking awesome. But they do midnight screenings of The Room every now and again, and they encourage people to like get into it and like like do all the things you're supposed to do at certain points in the movie. So one of the things is, for whatever reason, in the background shots of a lot of The Room, they weren't quite sure what to put for like just like pictures on shelves and stuff. So Tommy Wiseau just bought a bunch of just stock images of silverware, like spoons, forks. So in the background, where normally you'd see like family photos and pictures of people, they're just little pictures of like spoons, forks. So every time there's a scene in the apartment and someone sees a picture of a spoon, the audience yells "spoons" and you throw plastic spoons at the screen.
Oh,
and then
awesome.
and then there's tons of scenes where people are making out, but it's done really badly, like they're really opening their jaws. So the whole audience goes, "Ow, ow."
Oh, I told Matt I'm going to do that to him at our wedding.
Yeah.
And then, all right, last one. This one's one of my favorites. So there's this because the writing is fucking terrible. There's a lot of moments in the movie where someone will come into the apartment, say a few lines, and then say, "I guess I better get going now." And the whole audience goes, "But you just got here."
They're like true NPCs from a bad like Elder Scrolls
Pretty
game.
much, yeah.
Did you hear about Riften? They're like, I better not go there. And then they walk out of the room. It's like, well, I guess I better go to Riften and see what's going on.
But yeah, you really gotta watch that one. You'd appreciate it. But we gotta watch Kung Pao first, though.
I know.
Oh,
We
yeah.
do have to watch that.
Yes. Forgotten classic.
I was gonna say my mom was telling me about the Rocky Horror Picture Show like when I was a kid, and she was like one of those you do shit to the screen.
Yeah,
like
people
toilet
dress
paper,
up. People will
they
get
throw
up and dance.
toast, like
Yeah.
because there's a scene she always says like a toast, and then everyone just like literally opens up their bag and throws buttered toast.
Buttered toast. It's one of those things where there's over years and years of doing screenings, people have developed just all these in-jokes where you just need to go and experience it for yourself.
Yeah.
But it's a really fun time, though. But don't expect to actually watch the movie. You need to know the movie going in. Nobody goes to a midnight
Watch
screening.
it a couple times.
Nobody,
before you
exactly.
actually go.
Nobody goes into a midnight screening of The Room for their first time seeing it. You have to know the movie.
It's too distracting, and you have to be prepared.
Right, exactly.
At all moments. It's one of those weird things where you're a cast member, but like the camera's not on you. You're just like a participant. It's a nice feeling.
You would love it though, Matt. There's just a lot of just inexplicably weird choices that were made.
I'm
I
definitely
like
going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I would do a midnight one. I thought you were going to say that Luna Theater in Lowell at first.
I want to go to that place too because one of my friends was just there and I mean he really liked it. It's like same kind of idea. So I've been told it's like an old school theater. They do a lot of indie films and stuff. It's better than an AMC.
Did you ever have anyone just like try to ruin a movie for you when you went to a theater? I don't know if you like.
No, I can't say that I have, thankfully.
So I had we went to go see Star Wars Episode 3 with Revenge of the Sith, or like
yes.
Whenever Anakin like
it's the one with
becomes
the lava
Vader.
Planet,
Yeah.
It's the first one that was rated PG-13 because of the intense fighting on the lava planet that was all over the fucking news.
Exactly.
Yeah, Revenge of the
So we get there, and I'm there with my mom and my dad, and then we see a couple of my friends from high school, and their parents drop them off, and they go off to get drunk and do whatever. They just leave their kids to go. One of them has a fucking laser pointer, and he's just like, so like all these intense things are happening, and he keeps like pointing the laser at the thing, and I was just like, are you fucking kidding? Like, I wanted to see this movie so badly. I waited in line like for hours, like because it was the premiere of the whole thing. Like I couldn't wait to see Star Wars.
Oh wow!
Like I was so amped up for this, and he's just like shooting lasers at the screen and like trying to like be all cool and like hide and stuff. And the what the hell's the, I forget the name of it now.
The Usher?
The Usher, yeah. The Usher came up. My vocabulary is gone. I'm gonna get dementia one day, I think.
Shut up.
But like the Usher like grabbed the kid and he goes, "Hey, you're out." And I was just like, "Oh, don't throw me out. Like I'm not associated." They just grabbed him. I was like, "Yes."
Well, yeah, you're not the one
Yes.
pointing the laser at people.
Nice when there's not like collective punishment.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah,
and
like,
they just
guilty by association.
They made him wait in the office, and like
So good.
they made him wait in some like movie theater manager's office for the entire duration of the movie.
Like a holding cell.
Yeah, it was like a prison for people who fuck around in movie theaters. And like we were leaving, and my friend was like, "Hey, we have to go get my friend out of the thing." I was like, "I'm not fucking getting him. Like, you can do it." So
bail's $100. No way.
yeah. So I don't
or
like
3 large beverages.
yeah.
3 large fucking gallon containers of Coke.
You must pay $100 or drink 3 of these.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The choice is yours.
I don't even drink stuff in the movies or eat anything.
Oh, I used to be a fiend with popcorn and
really?
soda and stuff. Oh yeah, like I gotta be honest. I haven't actually gone to the movies. Like I haven't gone to see, other than like the occasional times like seeing The Room and like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't really go to the movies anymore. I can't remember the last time I actually went to go see something.
No.
And I can tell you, like the last couple of times I went, I don't remember getting snacks or anything. I just go and watch the movie. But I mean, like elementary school, middle school, I was getting I was the fat piece of shit getting like the big tub you could get unlimited refills on. Like, it was
Can you add butter, please?
Oh my god, it was so bad. It was so bad. And then you just have your big giant tub of Coke just to quench your thirst because of all the freaking salt they put in there.
Oh my god, yeah.
Just if you want people to buy drinks, just add salt. I mean, Cheesecake Factory knows all about that.
God, yeah.
Oh my god.
I think the last movie I saw in the theater was pre-COVID was Avengers Endgame.
Oh.
When that came out, but
Wait, which one?
the last one.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know if it was Endgame Part 1 and Part 2. It was Avengers.
There's so many of those I can't keep
Oh,
track.
are there 2?
There were two.
There's
There were 2 final movies. Like one of them.
Well, there's the final one, then there's the final one, and then we're gonna make another one that
Yeah.
reboots it, and then we're gonna make it a final one again, and then oh god.
But don't miss the scenes after the credits,
Like,
too.
they-
Right, you gotta, of course. You gotta
Yeah,
get the post-credit
like-
scene in there too.
It's like the Lord of the Rings movie.
Oh.
You does not simply leave the movie theater at the end of it.
It was Infinity Wars and Endgame. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Infinity Wars, they turned to dust. Endgame, they kill them.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It was Endgame.
It was confusing. My last movie was Ad Astra
Oh.
with Brad Pitt.
Yep.
Is it any good?
Great fucking movie.
Yeah.
It was kind of, it had a similar feel to 2001: A Space Odyssey, but it wasn't boring. Because there are a lot of scenes in that movie that you're just, in the Space Odyssey movie, you're just like, holy fuck. They're just like walking in the hallway like, this is a nice hallway. Yes, we're in outer space. I know. And then no one talks for
Right,
10
it's like
minutes.
They're walking down a hallway, but it's an event.
Yeah. And like then they just show like very slow scenery and it's like, it's the most beautiful movie ever made. It's like, well, it also sucks. I'm sorry. But like this one, it was actually really good. But it had those weird moments where like you were drawn into the scenery and the sound effect was really good. And it was a very like thoughtful movie.
Yeah.
Basically, it was like, what's the reach of humanity? Like, how far can you go? And like, what's out there? And
Has science gone too far?
yeah, and they go out there, and there's nothing out there. And once they get out there, they're like, this wasn't fucking worth it. And they go back to Earth, and they're like, you know what? We should just focus on Earth and protect Earth and have families and like enjoy life. And that was the purpose of the movie. So it was.
Well, I mean, it's got a good message.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, so it was really good. I like the movie a lot.
It's not like intellectual garbage like I've heard some people talk about 2001 like that.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think of The Shining, then, if we're on the topic of Kubrick films? Because I've heard people kind of sum up The Shining like you just did with 2001. Because I really appreciate The Shining. I like how unsettling it is throughout the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
But on the flip side of that coin, I've heard people say it's boring and nothing happens until the end.
So I've seen both of them. I haven't read the book.
Well,
for The Shining,
you can't compare the two. They're
just totally different things. But like
Stephen King hated the movie The Shining. That's why he made that awful miniseries in the early 2000s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he wanted. So Stephen King wanted to do like a basically word for word interpretation of the book in the miniseries. And that's why the miniseries was so poorly received, because it's just so slow, and they didn't pick the best people for the parts. Yeah. And it's just not. It was also early 2000s, so like CG wasn't quite there. There's this one scene where all like the garden topiary animals come alive, and it just looks like a cartoon. It's just not convincing. Then there's this one scene where there's a fire hose in the hallway, and it grows teeth, and it just looks so fucking goofy.
Oh my god!
It really
I've never
takes
seen
you out of it.
That's terrible.
Don't waste your time.
The only Stephen King thing I've watched, I think, is Under the Dome, like the series.
I watched that
I
show
really
when
like
it came
that.
out.
Yeah.
I never even heard of it.
I don't remember a thing about it. I remember liking it a lot when it came out.
The main, like one of like the sheriff guy is.
Remember in the Simpsons
guy-
movie how they're all under a dome? It's like that.
Yeah,
Oh.
pretty much. Like they go up to the edge of it, and like you can't get through. Well, like, why is this here? What does it mean?
I would say I liked The Shining, and I thought there were interesting parts to it. Like it wasn't like. It wasn't like 20 minutes of nothing. Like, there are parts of 2001: A Space Odyssey where there's fucking literally nothing going on. They're just like sitting in chairs in a hallway on a spaceship.
Wow, we're in space.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah.
Space.
It's just boring. You really have to fight to get to the famous parts where like he's talking to the computer. Like that's not till way into it.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like the trippy like sequence at the end.
Yeah. So if you get to that thing, like that's probably marvelous to watch. But if you spend 50 minutes to an hour watching this movie, you're gonna fall asleep. I'm telling you. And if you read the reviews on any website for this movie, half of them are like, "This was a fantastic movie." The other half are like, "I killed myself while watching this movie. It was so bad."
That's what you call a polarizing movie. That's when people either love it or they despise it.
That's the cilantro of movies.
Yes, that's right. Because you got those people out there with that weird gene that makes them think cilantro tastes like soap.
I have that.
That sucks, because cilantro is great.
It's not
refreshing.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's
It's terrible.
refreshing, but not in the way mint is refreshing.
Right.
Even though they are both leaves.
Yeah, it's more of like it's not savory, but it's like
You
mint
describe-
is sweet. Yeah, then cilantro.
I think
is
refreshing is a good way to put
Describe
Yeah.
cilantro to me, and I'll describe cilantro to you from how I can taste it.
It's sort of like a lemony, peppery, refreshing.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's an excellent way to put it. And you know it's there when
Right.
when it's in there.
it's a very distinctive taste, but it's like
And it's one of those things where you can't have too much until you have too much.
right.
Much like garlic. It's
Yes.
like if you add too much garlic to something, it's awful. But
I have
until
done that.
until you reach that point, it's really good.
Yep.
So for
a
me,
flavor enhancer rather
Yes.
than an actual
It's one of
flavor.
those spicy sentence enhancers.
that's so fucking weird. So when there's two ways I'll describe this. One you're not gonna get, but it's just I've had one of these stupid moments.
Just try.
You know those plastic tubes that you crack and they light up, the glow sticks. So I cracked one of those.
Yeah.
No, I cracked one and it
I
broke
dumped it
open
into
and
my
it
Mountain
dripped
Dew.
into my mouth.
No.
That's what cilantro tastes like to me. But if you, since you've never had that happen to you based off your
No.
facial expression, which I assumed because
No.
like
That sounds
Yeah.
horrifying.
I just did this, like I broke it like pure bend. Well, it exploded. Like
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't under it, like trying to drink it. It was just like it just cracked and
No.
blew up in my face.
You just thought it was Mountain Dew. It's okay.
Yeah.
This is the best of us.
But like it does taste like just
Chemicals?
unscented soap. Just like this weird poignant flavor that like you feel in the back of your mouth and on the roof of your mouth.
It just kind of like permeates the
Yeah.
entire.
The other funny
It's
thing
just
I find about
soapy.
this description is everybody that doesn't like the taste of it likens it to soap. So does that mean all those people have eaten soap?
I have.
I have too.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's
Did
a lot
you
of people I know
did you
it's soap.
swear like I'll wash your mouth out with soap like if you think about like the average human hand size and then the mouth and then a bar of soap, there's no fucking way they got that. Like,
Yeah.
can you imagine like you just detach your child's jaw, like you just like a snake, you just like get open and you just like getting in there, like that doesn't fit. Like,
Come here.
No,
Get over here.
Speaking of tasting soap, there's this ancient meme that one of my friends sent me. It's a painting of two philosophers, and one of them says, if soap smells good but tastes bad, how do we know that shit doesn't taste like candy? And the other philosopher just says, what the fuck?
that's a great one. I wonder if like the ancient Greeks and Egyptians had like memes like that. You just sitting.
Memes have been around since the dawn of time.
They have to be like all the paintings. Like, can you imagine how bored some of those people were painting
Dude,
inside
there-
pyramids?
There's this great YouTube channel called Trey the Explainer. The guy's like an archaeologist, but you know how people will just randomly draw like dicks on stuff? That's been around since the beginning of time. I'm not even joking. Like fucking there's also Viking inscriptions that just say like Hrothgar was here, just on random rocks. People have been doing that stuff since the beginning of time. Great channel though, seriously.
Like those famous cave paintings, like that they drew of like people with horses. It's just like someone spread eagle, just like getting eaten out or something like that. Like, we found the first art.
They're gonna love this.
It's just like some guy smoking weed, giving the middle finger. It's like,
Or as the guy that came today said, double freedom rockets.
yeah, just like 5,000 BC. He's just like sitting there, just like both like him and his wife have like extreme, not even unibrows,
Advanced
just like
But
their
they're like 3
skull.
inches tall.
It's like the skull formation
have
of the brow.
furrowed brows.
Did I tell you I wrote a short
Yes,
story?
you
Okay.
did.
Okay.
Matt was concerned and he furrowed his brow.
Alex saw Matt furrowing his brow.
And he
That's
furrowed
what
he
his
furrowed
brow.
his brow.
Val was confused and then furrowed her brow.
Yeah. Matt's brow furrowed furiously as he noticed everyone's
Everybody
brow.
had forehead wrinkles.
That reminds me, like, your brow's just doing this.
Yeah. It's like the ocean, it never stops moving. It's like a sinusoidal wave thing. It's just like...
It's just like a hyperbole, just go...
I like just adding really stupid things to that. What was it? It was like brow furrowing in the wind, like a flag. Just like the distress on him. You could see his brow
furrowed like a flag in the wind.
Furrowed like a flag in the wind.
It doesn't even make sense.
It does though. Because you're just sitting there like panicking just so fast, like
oh no,
and like your forehead is just like scrunching so much. It's just and you know, like you can hear that noise like a flag on a flagpole. It's like ting ting ting. It's just doing that with your forehead, like ting. Oh god, I just poked myself in the eye. It's just like ting ting. It's just like you're that stressed
like
out.
The flag fluttering noise, but
That's
your eyebrows like.
Oh no, it makes that, and then like it like
every
the
now
metal,
and again, like
the rung hits
the
the
grommet
thing.
or whatever.
Oh
It's
yeah,
the Wallace and Grommets. Yeah,
the Wallace and Grommets hit the pole.
Yeah, they do.
They do. Yeah, that's exactly what I picture.
That's terrific. What an image that is. What an image for our listeners.
Yeah. The only thing is I don't remember what we were talking about.
I'm gonna let you both think about that. I have to use the facilities.
Yes. The facilities are short for bathroom and urinate.
Good stuff.
Why did they call it the laboratory?
Laboratory.
What?
Laboratory.
It's not laboratory?
No!
Fuck. Oh, I'm glad I didn't say that in public. Oh my god. What the fuck's a lavatory? A bathroom, I guess. Yeah, okay.
You just answered your own question. Yeah.
Is that like just another, like a word in another language for bathroom? Like,
maybe it came from Latin or something, because I think
like laver. Oh, it's soap, laver. Like lever.
Lever.
Like, well, I know there's lever 2000, but like in French, it's like lave.
Yeah. Lave.
Yeah, laver or la douche or something like that. But wow.
Yeah.
I've called it laboratory my entire life. Fuck. No one's ever corrected me. This means they go home to their like spouse and they're just like, this fucking idiot called it a laboratory. Oh my god. That's so embarrassing. Damn.
That's great.
Well, I was just like, where did they come up with these names? That was my next thing. Like, where did they come up with the names for these fucking
What
things?
else you got? Because maybe we can help.
I don't know.
Because
I didn't. I miss. Like I walk away and I hear these two fucking hyenas laughing.
I thought that I was trying to come up with like a little riff on like different names for bathrooms. Mm-hmm. And the first thing I said was laboratory, and Val was like lavatory. I was like,
you were so close.
I had no idea it was lavatory.
Did you really think it was laboratory this
whole
time?
I swear that's what she was laughing at. Like I swear I always thought it was laboratory.
I have to go use the laboratory.
Yeah.
Fucking
experiments.
Yeah, like Dexter's laboratory.
That's what I was thinking. The
whole time it took place in a bathroom.
Yeah,
a really elaborate one.
Yeah, that's all I could think of. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Oh shit! Literally. Yeah.
No, that was my thing.
Laboratory facilities. I like to say sometimes I gotta hit the head.
The head. Yeah. If you're a sailor or nautical
if you're
type.
In the Navy, yeah. Or if if you don't want to say like I gotta take a leak, like you know.
Where did hit the head come from?
I don't know. My dad.
It probably is a nautical thing.
No, it definitely is because my dad was in the Navy for 4 years.
Really?
Yeah. And so I learned that one from him. It's just a lot better than saying like I
My
gotta use the bathroom.
My grandfather was in the
Sounds
Coast
ridiculous.
Guard, and he would just say, "I got to go to the head," and he would just go to the bathroom. I was like, "Okay,
I feel like it's a nice way to say it.
yeah." I don't know what it is though. Like how it like.
Well, it's like why is the head the bathroom? Like why is the mess hall where you go to eat? Why is the galley the galley? Like that's just I don't know. It's just Navy terms.
That's true. There's like galley kitchen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, galley exactly. Galley kitchen, mess hall is just where you go to eat. The head's the kitchen. The head's the bathroom.
Don't shit where you eat.
Yeah, exactly. Words of wisdom.
Yeah.
And then there's the poop deck. I forget what you do there, but you don't.
It's
shit
not poop.
You don't poop there.
Yeah.
No, it's the head.
It's swab the poop deck.
Swab the poop deck.
Swab
Okay.
deck, yeah.
Yeah, that's a pirate term.
I think isn't the poop deck just the lower deck? I don't know why. I'm having just a specific memory. It was like grade school. I had one of those picture books about the Titanic, and the Titanic had a poop deck. And I think it was just like the lower deck on the back end of the boat. I guess where the poop comes from. I don't know.
Did you guys?
Grasping at straws here?
Did you guys have those books in like elementary school where you would just open them up and it was like a diagram of like a naval ship and it was like a cross section of it and you could see like every single
And they had
compartment
like the
of the
clear
ship?
overlays and stuff. Yeah.
I had one of those for the Hindenburg of all things.
That's sick.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I think I still got it actually.
I used to
I might have
love
had one
looking
for
at
the
those.
Titanic actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's where I thought you were going with this. Like,
No, it wasn't. But I mean, this is an interesting path to take.
Yeah.
no, because they had one for castles, airplanes,
Yep.
all the boats, skyscrapers, and we would just sit there and like try to daydream like being in these different
Oh,
rooms
dude,
and
I could
everything.
stare at those types of books for hours.
Yeah.
Those like it'd be those, the Where's Waldo books, and the I Spy books. Give me some of those.
Magic
like
Eye.
Magic Eye too.
Those
I would do every now and again.
Yeah.
It was
You know,
Magic Eye.
It's like
It's-
optical illusion, so if
you
you, go
would
cross-eyed, it would look
yeah, exactly. It basically makes you go cross-eyed so you can see a 3D image, but it'll be like a pattern, and the pattern is like slightly offset in very strategic locations. So what you do is you hold the book up like this, like close to your face, and you slowly pull it away, and then you go cross-eyed, and you're able to see a 3D image in the pattern.
That's so confusing. That's cool though.
It's cool.
They were very
Yeah.
cool. I
And,
remember I
and
had
once
one.
you get it, you get it. Because I remember, like, when I first tried them, I didn't get the whole, like, you're supposed to go cross-eyed. So I was doing, like, how come it's not working, guys? But those were pretty fun, though. But the I Spy books and the Where's Waldo books were just the best.
I fucking love the I Spy books.
I still remember in elementary school, like those were the hot thing at the library. Like on library day, as soon as
You
our
couldn't
story
rent
time
them
was
out.
finished. Yeah, as soon as story time was finished, everybody would book it to where the I Spy
and so
books
what's
were.
that fucking asshole you don't like? They're
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
they get there, it's like, oh, I got I Spy Naval Edition. It's like, fuck you. And you're just sitting there, you have like giraffes.
Yeah,
like,
fucking Brett.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
Dickhead.
Oh my god.
Brett or Dylan.
Yeah.
They always got some asshole name.
Kent.
Todd. Fuck you, Todd.
They always got the cool one. Like you just wanted to go there because you could do reading time or story time, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
But you would just sit there and you could group up if you wanted because they would say if you have an I Spy book, you can get your friends, and that's how you were cool because you could get the I Spy book and be like, all right, I'm gonna get 3 friends, and everyone's like, oh man, pick me. It's like, no, you suck. Why would I pick you?
I don't like you this week.
John, like they're just like fucking right. They just give you like the cool high five, and then like you're just sitting there like oh, there's a Domino's. Like I don't know, those are like great memories.
My did you have a favorite I Spy book?
Wasn't there a black covered one? I remember we had a white covered one, and then there was like a
The one
That could have been like the year
red
2000.
So the white
Millennium.
covered one, if I remember, was like that was the original I Spy.
Yeah,
so that's
we
back.
had that one at home.
That's back before they figured out how to do like models and miniatures. So like I remember that one was pretty boring because it's pretty much all just random shit laid out on a table. It's
Yeah.
like, but I mean it's like the first season of a TV show. They're
Yeah.
just figuring out how the formula works.
Yeah.
But my personal favorites were the.
Here we go.
Let me see.
So we got I Spy School Days, which is the
There was a-
yellow cover.
School Days is a good.
That
one.
was a good one.
There was
That's
a
a good
toy
one.
one.
Picture Riddles was the white one. Spooky Night, I remember
Spooky
that
Night,
one.
that-
I don't know if I ever saw. Oh, I remember the fantasy with like the smaller cover. I don't know. There's 2 covers.
You have to say what's on the cover. 'Cause no one's
it's
gonna
like
know
clouds
what
and shit.
The
Dinosaur one, animals.
The Treasure Island one was one of like my all-time favorites.
Christmas. That was a good one. Christmas picture riddles. That's the original. Fun House. That was pretty good.
There it is. Treasure Hunt. There it is. Treasure Hunt.
Yeah.
There was one for like
I Spy an Apple.
Just toys. Like you would go to different rooms and they would have like different soldiers set up and like a castle. And...
Yep,
Mystery.
Do you remember the one with the Rube Goldberg machine that they had set up?
Black. I remember this one.
I never had that one.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's nice.
That was the shit.
But it was this big Rube Goldberg machine that had like wooden train tracks and like balls. There was like a thing that like poked a marble and it like set off a thing with sand in it, and then it like made a little like Hot Wheels truck push something else. Oh. I tried to recreate that machine so many times.
I couldn't do it. Those like with just random like paper towel tubes and pipe cleaners and shit.
Oh yeah.
You know what I showed Val while we were recovering from COVID?
What?
Gel's marble runs.
Oh my god, we watched 3 hours of like Marble Olympics.
I mean, it sounds like something I'd be addicted to.
You would love it.
Oh my god,
is it anything like watching dominoes fall over?
Yes,
but it's a league. So like there's like so basically there's Winter Olympics and Summer Olympics for the Marble Olympics. And they have qualifiers. So this guy has like 10 million marbles. And they all have team names. And they have to compete in like speed trials and like just all these weird trials.
Speed trials on acid.
Yeah. Miami when you were... So you would get to like qualify.
Sure.
Then you have like 20 teams that make it. And they do like 12 events. It's really awesome. They have like some dedicated announcer where they like come up with storylines for like... the random characters like Minty Maniacs is like one of my favorite ones. Which one was yours?
Raspberry.
Oh, Raspberry Racers.
Something like that. Yeah, they're like pink and white swirled.
Yeah.
And then they have like the cat's eyes, which are like the clear ones with the like color like swirl in the middle.
Crazy cat's eyes.
Yeah.
And then I liked Midnight Wisps, and they always came in last place, and I was fucking pissed off because like you're like cheering for these marbles to do well in like these like stupid events.
What were the pink ones that I hated? They're
called the Pinkies.
Pinkies, yeah.
Yeah.
Assholes.
They won the whole thing.
They did.
Sorry,
spoilers.
Wow.
Don't watch this season.
I don't know if I can watch it now.
No, but there's like 18 other seasons.
Good.
But like,
great.
Yeah, no, you gotta watch it. Like,
you gotta watch it.
But it's fun. Like he makes all these crazy contraptions.
That's the stuff I would want.
They're built
so cool.
They're built from Legos, Connects.
Like
they have
3D printed shit.
3D printed stuff. Like just all these timed events basically for
like,
marbles.
Like there's one where he puts them in a little 3D printed boat, and it's like a luge kind of thing. So it's like or bobsled, I guess technically. There's 4 of them in this little 3D printed boat, and they go down this little tiny river that must be in the guy's like backyard or something. But there's different sections of it, and then there's like pinch points and stuff where like it flips the boat over.
Really quick? I just have to complain about something. The pinch points.
Would you say the pinch points wet your socks?
Yes. You know what's my socks?
No hesitation.
The only team that I was cheering for, this fucking Midnight Wisp team, they got stuck. They got stuck twice because you're allowed to do. Stuck? No, the boat got stuck. Oh, so you're allowed to go down the stream twice. So if you get stuck, like okay, here's whatever, there's no control. They get stuck twice. Every other boat makes it. The one team I'm watching, the guy's like, I don't believe it. They got stuck twice. That's never happened before. I bet Matt's rooting for this fucking team. He's an idiot.
Fuck you.
He probably has COVID too. He's stupid prick. Like, damn it. Fuck. Like,
fuck, I am a stupid prick.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing. Your team comes in first place. It's just this bullshit. Like, they practice. They're like, all inanimate objects. But like you get into it, you're like, because they make like these stunning comebacks like out of nowhere, like they'll do like a race downhill or something, and it's just like, where the shit did that team come from? Like, because sometimes like they'll just hum, like I don't know, it's kind of exciting. But I think you'd like that if you like the Rube Goldberg kind of.
That sounds fantastic. Did I show you the Ferris wheel that I built out of Connects? Did I tell either of you about this?
No.
Oh shit. Okay, so the listeners aren't going to know this, but you know the beer league that we have at work?
Yes.
Okay, so they don't need to know about the beer league, but this makes perfect sense. So there was one day where we, Eddie and I were planning a mystery event. So basically what we did was we took each compass direction, north, south, east, west, northwest, northeast, all those, and we looked up breweries and restaurants that were in each general direction. So what I did was I constructed a Ferris wheel made out of K'NEX, and it had each of the directions twice on there. And I'm thinking like, okay, I could modify this so it makes like one of those like, like spin the wheel, like one of those. And I'm like, but that's not good enough. So what I did was I built a race car ramp. That what it does is there's a go-kart at the top, and it goes down the ramp, and then it hits a paddle, which causes a platform to drop, which causes a weight to start falling that starts spinning the Ferris wheel.
Oh,
It's so cool.
You got to see this.
That's
thing.
so cool.
I haven't taken it apart yet because I want to keep adding on to it. I want to keep adding like more steps to it. But you guys would absolutely love it.
damn.
But yeah.
So we were trying to like get ideas for like the combined bachelorette party, and like,
Do you want to just play with trains?
no, like I told you. So I was sitting there. No,
it
hold
would
on.
be
Listen,
so fucking expensive.
I know. But wait, hold on. My
I'll
idea.
bring over my Lionel, my G-scale trains here. We'll have a fucking blast.
Well, my idea was get all of my old Legos from home, and I have thousands of them. Like those, like, okay, you see that plastic bin with like the cookie cutters in them?
Yeah.
4 times the size of that for that traditional one that you
Like
carry.
Yeah, like one of
Yeah.
those giant ass
I have
tumblers.
8 of
32-gallon
those.
totes or
Yeah,
whatever.
I have 8 of those filled with
I think
Legos.
you might have more Legos than I do.
So I was sitting
Holy
there and I was
shit.
like, I would love to just bring all my Legos here. We set up in that room and we just have a bunch of beer, a bunch of good food, and then we just build shit the whole day. Like that was my
Done.
idea for a
Done and
bachelor
done.
party.
You sold me.
Yeah. That's all I wanted to do. or like we would do like a K'NEX thing, but I don't have K'NEX, so like that would be expensive. But if you're thinking about the average bachelorette party, like the meal and then all the drinks and all the random shit, like say you go to a sporting event, like you go to a Bruins game, like a box thing, that's like $4,000. If you got like $2,000 worth of Legos or $1,000 worth of Legos or $500 worth of Legos,
You're getting a lifetime.
That's a fair point.
You're getting a lifetime of enjoyment out of those Legos.
Yeah.
Out of those hunks of plastic.
and you're just getting a shitload of them too.
Yes.
Like so that was my
You
thing.
Split into like 2 teams, and one team's in here,
Dude,
one team's
I
in
would
there.
be come look at my treasure trove of K'NEX. I'd be more than happy to loan those to the event. I have tons of K'NEX.
So that's like I would love to do
We could
that.
build like
We could do it as like a part 2.
dude.
We could do a
I
part
had-
2. We could do a part 2.
I had both the roller coaster sets. I had the fucking pinball machine. I had like the robotic set with all the gears and stuff.
The big ball factory.
I didn't have the big ball factory. I know.
My
I
brother
wanted that
had
one
that.
too. I wanted that one
Oh,
too.
so
But
good.
I have everything to make like just amazing stuff.
Mhm.
It would be great. We could build like this giant roller coaster.
So here's my thing.
Yes.
I'm like I agree with Val. We'll just have like a separate bachelorette party
Do
that's like
more traditional one.
yeah,
Don't
like
have
the
a
like
game
the
where we do,
the level 99 place and the
game
hibachi
place.
place.
Yeah.
And, you know, the brewery's there, like blah blah blah. But
Yes.
I do want to have a day
Mhm.
where we go in there. It's a room with a hard floor because if anyone's ever tried to build Legos on carpet, you know it's bullshit.
Oh, okay.
So hardwood floor,
Yeah.
perfect for building with Legos or K'NEX.
Oh my god.
But like, would it be just here's all the Legos, let's just fucking make something, put on music, and then just like chill out and have like all kinds of cool food? Or do you have a competition? Now, if you do a
You have to
competition,
do a competition
Yeah,
because
right.
it's like that's gonna get the
Right,
creative
it's-
juices
you gotta have a
flowing.
sense of urgency.
if you have a
Exactly.
competition, then you're kind of forced to either do like Lego Technic / Mindstorms or just K'NEX.
The other thing is you could do like a sculpture competition. So like I saw something online today of like somebody who's literally building a Volvo out of Legos, like working lights and everything. I mean, obviously we won't go that far, but like
You know what you could do? What if you made a deck of like missions? You know, it's like let's say that you have to build something that accomplishes something, and like everybody picks a card. You know, like let's say like you build a machine that like you have to launch a ball through a hoop, or you have to like knock over something. You have to build a very simple machine that does this thing. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
It's almost like sort of like a not quite like Pictionary, but you have to like pick a card and accomplish something. But it's all stuff that's of a similar skill level. It's not like one person's going to draw a card where there's something impossible to do, and someone draws a card with an easy task.
Yeah.
You know, you could take that route. I feel like that'd be
We used
interesting.
to do that as kids growing up. Every Christmas Eve, that was like our tradition for a while. My dad would give us an engineering challenge. So like the only one I can remember was one year we had to build. So like our fireplace was like probably the hearth part was just like tiles on the floor, and it was like maybe 5-6 feet wide. So we had to build a Connex bridge that like could only like the supports couldn't touch the tile part. They had to sit outside.
But that's what I'm
and they
saying.
had to
It's
support
like
a gallon of milk.
that's what I'm saying. It's like
That's
you have to
cool.
do like a task like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
But I think Connects are probably better suited
for building a
something
bridge.
like that.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
for that
Oh,
kind of thing.
Of course.
So if we did that, I think like think of the average bachelor party or bachelorette combined. Let's just call it the party.
Yes.
So like 20 people times 100, that's $2,000. If you just had like half of that price with Connects, and then you make a competition like, hey, we're doing this side versus this side, who wins? Like that would be fun. That's what I would like to do. Or it's like you could build like you know that carnival game, you throw shit at like those clown faces and they fall
Oh,
back.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So like you could do that with Connects, like you make like a cannon thing that's on a track, and like it shoots to knock down the other team's thing, and the first team to knock down 10 of them wins.
Tomato
Like
cannons.
I actually
I would
made
love to
one
build one of
that we had to throw out, but something like that. I think that would be so much fun to just have friends over and like just split up.
That sounds
That would
incredible.
be fun.
This was like back in high school, but I did successfully host a Lego day at my parents' house. Where like we so I got the like the mood all set up, so to speak. It was the basement at my parents' house, and I set up basically like I brought the big guns. I set up both of my Connects roller coasters. I built the Connects Ferris wheel. I had like this giant. I got pictures of this I can show you sometime. But I built this giant bridge that spanned across the basement, and I had my like old Duplo Lego train going back and forth.
Oh,
Like it was like being at like fucking Lego World or whatever. And
That's so
I don't
cool.
know if you guys remember the Rock Raiders sets.
Yeah, I fucking love the brown helmets.
I have every set. I have every set. I had them all.
love this.
I had them all set up on display, and like it was like being in a museum. But like the entire day, we just messed around and just like played with Legos, and it was really nice.
So real quick diversion.
Yes.
Rock Raiders is one of my favorite fucking Lego sets.
That was one of the best
Of all
themes they
time.
ever did.
They
That was
had
one of the best themes they ever
They
did.
had, like, the color scheme was amazing. The creative pieces were amazing. Like, it was the first helmet that didn't have like a bottom piece. It was just the visor.
That's right. It was the visor, and it had with the oxygen like tubes.
with the
or whatever.
oxygen tubes.
You had the rocks with the crystals in it, like the Rock Raiders
the
monster.
rock monster, and then you had the drill.
Yep. There was that machine with the feet that like switched back and forth, and had the drill in the front.
Yep.
Then there was the excavators. Then there was the one with the excavator and the drill.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I have the tank. I didn't have the base, but like that set was so fucking cool. I like
that was the one that was the theme that for birthdays and Christmas, that was the one that I begged for.
yeah.
And just over like I don't know, a period of like 3-4 years of constantly begging for this stuff. I'm pretty sure I have every set in that theme, and I have them all in bags with the instructions with all the original pieces.
Mm-hmm. The thing that kills me, right?
Yes.
I want to get like all of those old things. My other favorite Lego
Recipe?
set, Rescue Team.
I didn't have any of those.
Those were so fucking awesome. The helicopter and the base were some of the coolest Lego sets I've ever seen.
See, those are awesome sets, but for whatever reason, when those were coming out, I wasn't interested in them. I wanted Rock Raiders and the trains. That's basically all I wanted.
Oh, okay, yeah. They had the Lego Mars ones, and they had the trains for Mars.
See, okay, the Mars sets, I had a couple of those. The one that I always wanted but I never got was the one that had like the thing that you push down and it would shoot
push the
Mars
train around.
Yeah.
So my friend Albert and I, we would get all these things to build cool bases, but we would keep the Martians and make them like really fucking stupid because we would talk to each other while like it was like playing with dolls. So like this is what I'd want to do, which is stupid. I'd be like, we got to get over there, like Jerry's doing something stupid. And it's just like the Martian because he had a dumb face. It was like
They had the derpy faces.
Yeah, they had derpy faces. So he would sit there and be like, I'd like to sell you Harry Potter fan club stuff. And they're like, oh, get him! And they would just shoot him with like missiles. Like that was how stupid our stories were. But like, I would like, I don't want to just build them and then like watch it. Like I want to build the Lego sets and then like play with them. Like, but here's the thing: like we're getting married, right? Like I don't want you to be like, oh, fuck, I married an insane person. Because like I'm just gonna be sitting there I'll be sitting there in that room, just being like, there's an evil bad guy over there. Like let's go investigate. And I'm like, I'm like,
you want to make all the noises?
Yeah.
You do your Legos in there. I'll get the Barbies from my parents and have them in here.
It'd be great.
Okay.
Listen, you got enough alcohol in people, they'll do anything.
I know. That's what I want to do, though. Like I loved playing like that.
No, yeah. I mean, who didn't? But you get the right group of people here. You get people that are on that same wavelength. It's going to be a great time.
Joe would be all over that.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
It would take like, I feel like you would have to get like a small group of people to kind of like get things going, and then people who are like on the fence will join in. But if it all works out, that would be awesome.
How do you do it though? Is it like competitions, or is it just like, hey, was this? Because it would be tough to be like
start out with a competition because then there's a common goal. Because otherwise people are just gonna be like,
yeah, I don't want to build a castle like I do, but like,
Joe
Schmo's not gonna come over and be like,
okay, now what?
I feel like things would need to happen organically. And by that I mean, so you start with the whole competition thing. And we do that, and as people are doing that, obviously they're going to be like having a few drinks or whatever, and then by the end of the competition, people are, you announce the winner, whatever it is you plan on doing, and then you would transition into just like screwing around, just like building random stuff out of Legos mode.
We could build like ramps or something that like each team is like one team's in here, one team's in there. We launch stuff into each other's like throwaway.
Right, and that's
they do line up.
Yeah.
Right, and that's that's the window of time when you're gonna accomplish the goal of just people playing with Legos and just enjoying their inner child.
Yeah.
Lego late nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be like part of the Wet Sock podcast, like Wet Sock podcast presents Connects Night or like Legos Night, and it's just some weird competition.
You just live stream the video.
Exactly.
It would be an absolute shit show.
I know.
All one of our fans
would watch it.
They're just sitting there like by themselves. Yay!
Yeah. No, I would.
This is great.
I'd make a T-shirt for him if he watched it. I just feel like
you do make good T-shirts.
I do. I make good T-shirts, so I like.
I'd imagine it's just gonna be the logo.
It would be the logo.
T-shirt, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we know the one subscriber's name?
I'll look it up real quick. I think it was Christopher something.
All right. No, because I'd love to give them a shout out. Because when we're multimillionaires, like 5 years from now,
yeah,
this will be the person that started it all.
I know.
Our other YouTube channel subscribing don't count, Matt.
Christopher Crippen.
Well, Christopher Crippen, thank you for subscribing.
It says, got yourself a new subscriber, Chief.
Nice.
But it's not a bot.
Wait, he actually commented?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. No, they commented on the video. This is the first person who has
Sweet.
commented on a
my
video,
God.
so we have a legitimate
You
fan.
guys have made it.
So
He even called you chief.
yeah,
Yes.
I have no idea who this is, but
I
it's
don't know
just
who
like
I don't know who it is either.
I
Definitely want to get a drink with him though.
exactly
Mhm.
just be like, how do you feel being the first and 100% only fan of the
#OnlyFan.
show? We're now back to
Hashtag
OnlyFans,
no.
where it's not what you think; it's
No,
our
it's
OnlyFans.
hashtag OnlyFan.
Yeah,
Well, thank you, Christopher.
yeah.
Mhm.
If you were watching this podcast, because it is
A
YouTube,
month from
Yeah.
now.
Oh boy.
yeah. So that's exciting. But if so that would be a thing. Like we would give them a T-shirt with this logo on it.
Should we sign it too?
Yeah,
You never know.
It's just like really poor writing, man.
We can't do a t-shirt, you guys. We gotta do a sock,
Oh, it would be a sock.
right?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, we could give him a sock with a T-shirt. You know,
some like Hanes
first
tube
T-shirt
sock.
made out of
first,
socks.
first subscriber special.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll just be
A signed pair of socks.
It'll be that exact sock. Just a regular old Hanes sock with our
Yeah.
signatures on it.
Would have to get a Hanes sock.
Oh,
Well, yeah, but like it's
Brought
gotta
to
have
you by Hanes, unofficially. They make socks. You wear them. They keep your feet warm
They make
until
them-
you
until
step
they
in a
get wet.
puddle.
They make underpants.
Yeah, they make underpants.
Underpants.
So really, random tangent on that.
What underpants?
Yeah, you ever go to like a Target and like
All
inside
the time.
but like the underwear aisle, it's a fucking disaster. Like
Oh, yeah.
all of the aisles are clean. Like every aisle in the store is clean. You walk,
fucking package is torn open.
Yeah.
There's like 3 pairs of it.
you walk into the fucking.
like, but-
Well, hold on. You walk into the underwear aisle. So you walk into Target, everything's clean. You walk into the underwear aisle. There's bags of underwear everywhere on the floor. Like half of them are on the shelves. The other half are on the floor. The other half of the ones that are on the floor are ripped open. There's like open underwear everywhere.
God.
Oh,
it's like
awful.
what the fuck happened in
All
this
those
aisle?
people that shit themselves while shopping.
Yeah, yeah. They just sit
I
there.
need some underpants.
Yeah, but like every Target or Walmart or Kohl's I go to, every aisle's
Like-
just pristine,
Dude,
and then you walk
it's
in
more
there.
than that. You ever been? Do you remember when Bob's was a thing? Now Bob's Discount Furniture.
Oh,
that's so
Bob's.
sad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same thing happens there.
Yeah.
There's
Yep.
something about people ripping open the underwear packages.
I don't fucking get it. Like, are they trying them on? Like, I don't know which one would fit because it says like M is like
Medium.
14 to like 25 for like underwear size, and you're like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, a 14 is not gonna fit a
Dude, a
25.
size 14 waist. You have any idea how small that is?
I know, but well, I'm just saying, like, it's
It's literally like this.
Yeah, exactly.
it's very varied.
My leg isn't even
Medium
that
is like
small.
newborn to size 36 waist.
Yeah. One size fits all. Hanes underwear. Go fuck yourself.
TM.
Yeah, but like those aisles are always a disaster. I end up sitting there like trying to find the one complete bag, and like you find it and the colors suck. It's like, fuck, I don't want
Oh, yeah.
brown. Like, who makes brown underwear? They're like, it covers bacon strips.
I was gonna
bacon.
say, if you think about it, it's kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather wear that than white.
Just give
Yeah.
me white, I'll color it myself. It chokes like as old as the fucking dinosaurs.
stripes.
I don't get the
That was
part.
like when I tried to go find your t-shirts.
I always
though.
call them
By the
skid
way, It
marks.
was like that. Yeah, that's what I've always heard that was.
Skid
Yeah.
marks.
Yeah.
Did you call them bacon strips?
I call them bacon strips.
Don't ruin the
I
bacon.
won't.
They're not red strips.
No, but if you.
I hope not.
Oh,
Yeah.
seriously, you're in trouble then.
Well, yeah, well, bacon's not always red. It's like you get some of those, like
Okay,
the
it's
maple
dark
ones.
red.
It's like there's some brown.
What kind of bacon
what
are
are
you
you
eating?
talking about? There's like the golden brown part. Don't laugh.
Oh no, she's broken.
There's brown. Hey, look up bacon.
Dude, bacon's
Go,
I don't know. That seems like a
Google.
risky Google
Dude,
to me.
bacon's not golden brown.
No, there's
You're wrong kind of
there's
bacon, son.
there's
Like
Brown.
chicken nuggets are golden brown.
okay. So there's like some. It's
Why
red
was the
with
first-
like burgundy
You s-
brown.
That's
That's
Stop
red.
saying brown. Just admit you're fucking wrong.
No.
Cooked bacon is not fucking golden brown.
No, like
It's like a dark red rust. How about
Yeah.
dude, that's not golden brown. Like that's clearly
the fat is like
the brown is the fat. Like, tell me that's not brown.
the picture next to it is red.
Yeah, but there's brown stripes in it.
Oh my god.
that's the fat.
Yeah, but that's still bacon. Look, there's brown on this.
Can we all
it's
agree-
orange, brown.
We need a fucking gavel. Can we all agree that if the skid marks in your underwear look like bacon, you're in trouble?
Yes.
Yeah,
I would go see a doctor.
exactly.
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
That
no.
is valid point.
Oh my
Wow.
god. Yep.
Good times.
Yeah. So that's why getting underwear is difficult at these stores, and I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
You do boxers or briefs?
I do boxers.
Oh, I do too.
I don't get what when we were kids, like whiteys were the thing. Like everyone, like
You shitting me? No, they weren't. I got ridiculed for wearing whitey tighties.
no, but like when in elementary school, like they were the most common one in the aisles at the store.
Oh, in the store, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta get the ones that have like the characters on them.
Yeah, but like I don't get why those were popular. Like those are so embarrassing and awkward now. Like
Yeah, I can't
if
believe
you-
I wore them for forever, but then again, I wasn't the one buying my underwear.
yeah.
I just remember there was this one time in like 5th grade. It was in 5th grade. One of my friends had a birthday party, and he did it at like this public pool place. So like
That
all
sucks.
what a shit idea.
I'm just thinking of like piss. I don't know. Sorry.
No, that's water
Continue.
country. No, that's fine. It's not like it was my birthday, but he's like, yeah, we're gonna go to like this pool place, and I'm like, all right, cool. We're all changing in the locker room, and I'm slipping on my whitey tighties, and like 2 of my friends are like, dude, you wear whitey tighties? The fuck's wrong with you?
Nerd.
Meanwhile, it's like their underwear are just like they're also briefs, but they're like blue, and I'm just like, there's no difference here.
Yeah, that's like a sky blue. You're just like,
Right,
fuck.
it's like the Superman logo. Like, no.
Exactly. No, I actually like boxer
No,
briefs.
I love boxers, but boxer briefs, I can't do those. I gotta have boxers, just straight up boxers.
They feel like shorts to me for some reason. I don't know why.
Some of them do, I will say. It depends on who you buy from.
Yeah.
I accidentally put my boxers on backwards earlier this week.
Oh no.
Oh, that
I-
sucks.
Oh no.
It wasn't okay. So I had gone to bed very late the night before, so I think I did the chair creak. What was that noise?
I don't know what that was.
Oh no!
I'm so sorry.
They can't
It
smell
goes
it.
away though.
Well, it's loud,
It
so
was a
that
loud
means
one,
it's
so
not
that-
gonna
True.
smell. I'm sorry.
Fucking what's her face rushes in.
Yeah. Val's cousin just comes in and gives me a hug. Hey, with champagne. As you were saying, sorry.
Oh god. Anyways, so I had gone to sleep very, very late the night before. I think I had maybe slept like 3 hours, 3.5 before I had to get up for work. I was a very sleepy boy. So I hop out of the shower, unknowingly put my boxers on backwards. So I'm like, fast forward a couple hours. I'm at work. I'm like 2 coffees and like 2 pints of water in. I really gotta go pee. I go to the urinal and like I can't find the front.
Oh
I can't
no!
find the front door.
Oh no!
It's fine. I just had to go into the stall and just I ended up having to like lift up the leg and like kind
Oh,
Like,
it's-
twirl it around.
of yeah, just kind of like yank it out. Just
Yeah.
Crazy straw.
yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
And
you
that-
wouldn't do that with briefs though. There's absolutely no way that would happen. With
Yeah,
briefs.
it would just feel weird.
Yeah. I also hold on to boxers way too long though.
They have there are people that do that though, like the Sidney Crosby thing. Like he's got
Oh,
the
that's
jock
disgusting.
strap from his fucking middle school years.
Oh no, dude! It's like Seinfeld did that bit years and years ago. It's just like a weird, like sort of guy thing that I'm definitely guilty of. But I have pairs of boxers that are like starting to fall apart, but I'm like, oh, they're good enough. Like I
So
don't
comfy.
exactly.
Well-
I don't retire them until they're absolutely done. Like
Well-
not quite waistband, but there was this one pair that I had where the crotch was totally gone, so it was like wearing a hula skirt. And I'm
It's
like,
just a band at that
basically-
point.
It's basically a loincloth at this point. And I'm like, all right, I think these need to go. I'm not getting any support.
You know what this all ties back to?
What?
You don't want to go to the store because that aisle's a fucking disaster. Like, you don't want to go into that. You're just sitting there like you would do anything. There's like a hole there. There's like a city growing in your right leg hole, and you're just like, I can deal with that. I really don't want to go to Kmart and like look at those. It's like you piece together a bag. It's like a Scooby-Doo underwear, red, gray, Shrek, like that's the 4-pack that you
All the colors of the rainbow.
yeah, that's like the 4-pack you somehow put together. It's like those are the only mediums I could find. It like, and you're like, can I buy this? Like, nah, it's open. I'm sorry. Well,
Oh, boy.
clean your
Make
aisle.
your own 6-pack.
Yeah, no, that's what it is.
Okay,
It's like
there's another untapped market.
yeah. Oh my god, that would be so great. You make instead of a craft beer
Craft
store,
boxers.
craft underpants store.
Underpants.
You sit there, make your own 6-pack. You're just like, I'm gonna get a Jockey, a Champion, a Hanes, and I think some Lanesboro.
Yeah, Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those used to have pretty stupid commercials, actually. Do
Oh,
you
yeah.
remember those?
No, barely.
Everyone would dress up in like a giant fruit costume,
Oh.
and it would be like this like really sad black and white thing, like the grapes.
My parents dressed up as grapes one Halloween with like purple balloons and stuff.
Wow, really?
Were they specifically going as like the Fruit of the Loom grapes,
No.
or did they just want to go as grapes?
Just as grapes. For
Okay.
some reason.
I guess they really liked grapes.
Don't know why.
I don't know if I could have done that. I'm too much of
How do
a
you sit
coward.
down?
Yeah, like if someone like pops one on you and you're like relaxing, like you go to a party, you have a beer in your hand. You're
Dude.
just like, oh hey, how's work going? Well,
Dude.
work's going great. Someone just impales your back.
This
Like,
is the same guy that wore the inflatable Minions costume, and you worried about someone deflating you.
well,
What happens if you have to fart? Because then the balloons just go.
no, it just stays more inflated.
Oh, if you.
Well, the
if
Minions
you
I've
costume-
added
fart.
gas.
Mhm. Then you just see him in the parking lot.
Just float away. There's too much methane.
there you
Like,
go.
your lips are just hanging there.
Yeah, I passed out.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Well, that was like when I was wedding dress shopping. There were some that had like pearls on like the whole, covering the whole thing, like front and back. I'm like, how do you sit on that? It's just like,
I don't know.
Like that's. I don't get some of the wedding dresses. Like,
oh, it's a whole.
It sure sounds like it.
There's like
It's
pieces
I'll
of.
never have to wear one.
I know. There's like pieces of metal in them. It's just like,
Mhm.
what? How do you wash that? They're like, you don't.
You don't
It's like
spot clean it.
that's crazy.
It just
The
sounds-
funny thing
that
though,
just sounds
like
terrible.
that stuff, like in the top,
Yeah.
it's called boning.
Boning.
Boner?
Boning. Because they used to, it's like basically a corset, but they used to make it out of like,
Bones?
yeah,
Wow.
like
What?
whale bones or something.
It's always fucking whale bones.
Yeah, I
This
know.
is why there's no whales in the world anymore.
Yeah, because all those lamps that we needed lamp oil
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
Lamp oil, rope, bombs.
You name it, we've got it.
As long as you have enough rupees. But yeah, whales.
That's true, though.
Yeah, the whale bones, the oil for the lamps, the blubber.
Blubber.
Mhm.
Was that just? And that
What
was the
did
oil.
they use the blubber for?
I think just oil.
They used it for something.
Oil.
I think,
Oh,
yeah.
the oil?
Yeah,
That's
that's
where
where they got the
lamp oil.
The lamp oil. It's just fat.
For the 2% of people that'll get that reference.
Yeah. That's just awkward though. Like,
What? What, whale bones?
Wedding dresses.
I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know. It's like trying to come up with like useful things for the dead animals. Like you kill a deer and it's just like, all right, well, this is gonna be Sarah's Christmas jacket. This is gonna be our dinner for the week. this bone, that could be a lacrosse stick. Well, how are we gonna make the ball? Well, we'll get the intestines and we'll roll it around. Like the old lacrosse balls used to be like animal guts, like inside of skin.
I had no idea.
Yeah, like I'm dead serious.
That's wild.
Yeah, like it was an old Native American sport. Like the Inuits have their own team.
There's
Not
one
Inuits, sorry,
without-
Native Americans.
I knew that part, but I didn't know what they actually used for equipment.
Yeah, so it's like that's what you did with them. Like it's just kind of.
I mean, it's like they would want to use like every part of the animal.
Yeah,
so
maybe that's actually good.
They,
That
they did, goddammit.
But yeah, I wouldn't. I'd like feel bad trying to come up with something. It's like, oh, pool. Here's a femur. Like,
Make like mini pool balls out of it or something.
they probably did. Someone made gelatin out of it.
I know what madman thought of gelatin. Like,
What is it? They say there's bone marrow in it or something.
it's like, isn't it like hooves or something?
And ground up horse
What?
hooves.
Yeah, I thought.
Which, aren't they? Isn't that like horse toenails?
Yeah,
Is it?
basically they're just like big toenails.
Yeah.
Also, you know what else is crazy? Glue. Like
Yeah.
when they actually like make glue out of like some parts of the horse or something. It's like the bones or the hooves or something like that.
What?
What madman came up with that process?
Wait.
Right. And if it's like
Wait.
if you're trying to use the whole animal, like
That's how you make glue? Is that why Elmer's a bull?
Yeah, I mean that's like the old school way of doing it. We got like chemistry and like knowledge now, but I'm pretty
back,
sure
like when Coca-Cola was cocaine.
cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, okay, back in the day there were certain things done a certain way, but like
Yeah, we don't do that now.
anymore.
We're civilized human beings.
Yeah.
But
that's the origin of glue.
honest to God, yeah, because it's
Holy
like
shit!
that's like an old joke. It's like, you know, oh, this horse is no good for racing. Off to the glue factory.
Like the kids are all excited to do like arts and crafts now. They're like, oh, another one.
No, dude, it's terrible. Like I don't know if you ever seen this is obscure. I don't know if you ever seen like the animated version of Animal Farm, but there's like this one scene where it's really well done. But anyways, there's this one particular scene where like there's this horse. And she's amazing at work. Like she's literally a workhorse. And then like she breaks her leg and she's no longer useful. So they sell her to the glue factory. And there's this heartbreaking scene where it's like she gets packed into the back of a van and it says like glue factory on it. And then you see her like, oh, it's terrible.
Oh no!
But yeah, that's what they would do with the horses.
This was a cartoon.
This was well, it's based off of Animal Farm. It's not exactly kids material.
No.
It came out in the 60s. They were going to film it with real animals.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my god.
Yes.
So are marshmallows and gelatin still made out of this stuff?
See, I don't know, because, like, the Egyptians had marshmallows, and I don't know how they figured that out.
Well, we all know the aliens built this pyramid.
Aliens.
The dude with the fucking
The
hair.
hair. Oh my god. My old roommate used to watch that show, Ancient Aliens,
You know what?
as a joke, but like he just thought it was so stupid that he
It's-
would laugh.
I gotta say, like, I think the reason why that show's been on so long is because it's not, obviously it's not factual, but it's entertaining as hell.
Yeah,
It's just like watching, like, crazy people talk about what they think happened.
yeah.
I mean, it's like, I will say, they bring up some stuff that's interesting. They're just like, wow, how did they do that? But it's never always aliens.
Yeah. Because
One of my favorite episodes, they talk about this site in, crap, I forget what country it is in South America, but it's a site called Pumapunku, and it's like a really, like, built by ancient people, that kind of thing. But the techniques that they use to carve the blocks is, like, insanely, oddly precise. And there's probably some logical explanation for it, but I mean, as the show suggests, they go right to, it was aliens that did it. If you look at these blocks, aliens.
yeah.
No, but like seriously, if look it up, fascinating site. It makes you scratch your head, but I don't know. They probably had some technology that we didn't know about.
Like no one there knew how to write. Because there's like great scribes that don't need anything; they can just write perfectly.
And that was one of the examples that were not one of the examples, but one of the things that they bring up where they're like, how did they construct this city? Because I think they were called like the Amarans or something like that. They're like, they didn't have a writing system or anything like that. So they're like, how could they have written plans? How could they have done this? Aliens.
I like all those shows. Like, if you think back 2,000 years ago, all these people were wicked fucking stupid, kid. How are they building this shit?
I like how you they're from fucking Revere.
They're from Boston.
They're from Revere, kid.
Yeah. Like,
listen, you can move this statue. You know what, dude? You're the coolest guy in Revere.
look, kid, there's no
Look,
fucking
kid,
way
no
they were
fucking
building
way.
castles. No way. These idiots
fucking
were
kid,
yelling
dude.
at each other without words.
Dude, the fucking aliens were fucking moving the stones.
Yeah, it was all aliens. There's no way they were doing that. Like, that's what I picture ancient aliens being.
If I mean, if they were all from like the North Shore.
Yeah.
You know what, dude? They moved these fucking stones. It was fucking crazy, kid.
Yeah, no way. Like, that's what I picture it.
Yeah.
Because they're just like insulting people back then. Like, none of them were smart. All of them were stupid. Everybody 2,000 years ago, wicked stupid.
You have any idea how crafty and resourceful like ancient people were?
Yeah.
Do you ever see the video of no, I'm serious.
No, I know.
Do you ever see the video of they were able to so you know Easter Island? Like,
Yeah.
How did they move the heads? Aliens.
Yeah. But they made like
So what they would do
pulleys
is
and
not even pulleys. What they would do is they would tie ropes to the top of the moai heads, and they would move in like synchronization. Like they would have these songs that they would sing, and they would pull the ropes to beat with the song. And the way that they would carve the bottoms of the moais they would actually be able to get them to walk. And there were a bunch of modern archaeologists that recreated this. It's actually pretty amazing. It's one of those things where it's like you start off slow, but then once you get like some amplitude, I can't explain it in scientific
that kind
terms.
of makes sense. You're like
Right, exactly. But then like the more you do it, the more you can get them to walk. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, amazing video.
That's
and they
cool.
actually recreate it with a full-size moai head. It's incredible.
Wow.
I saw one of those in person.
Really?
Not Easter Island, but like when I was in London for school.
Did they have like?
Badass.
Did they take one of them there?
Yeah, the British Museum has a lot of cool shit, like Cleopatra's mummy, like
Ooh.
the actual sarcophagus. It's like yay big, about 4 or 5 feet
People
tall.
were a lot shorter
They're
back then.
tiny.
Yeah.
I'm sure I find the picture though.
So we have growth hormone shit in our food.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what they're putting in the milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
that's badass.
shit.
That was very cool.
There he is.
Yep. That and then
I mean,
Isn't like King Tut there or something?
I don't know, but this is Cleopatra.
let me see.
That's fucking crazy. Like,
It was tiny, like it
Is
would have
Egypt
fit on
not-
this table.
is
Easy.
Egypt not sitting there like, yo, we want that back?
I
Like,
don't know. I wonder, like
you gotta imagine there.
See, the British had this habit of just taking shit.
Yeah, it's like, how'd you guys get that? Oh, they gave it to us.
a
Like,
chunk of the Sphinx.
What is it?
yeah, they
part
have a
of the
chunk
beard.
of
Oh.
the Sphinx.
They
One,
have- and a piece of the Rosetta Stone.
yeah, I was gonna say,
like-
they have the fucking
They have some
Rosetta
crazy
Stone.
shit.
Yeah, like that's the Rosetta Stone.
Like
It's
literally, you can see like there's 3 different.
how fucked up is it that
Languages.
if that was never discovered, we probably would have no idea what the hieroglyphics said.
Yeah.
Just someone back then was like, you know what? We should probably translate this.
These are the people that made like Wikipedia. like today it's Wikipedia. Back then it's the Rosetta Stone.
But
They're like,
really,
we can
You had hieroglyphics. You had formal Greek, and then
Latin.
you had hieroglyphics, and then informal Egyptian, because hieroglyphics like only like the royals knew how to read that, and then you had Demotic, which was like just what everyday Egyptians used to write, and then Greek, and that's how we knew.
Yeah,
That's how we were able to figure everything out.
that's unreal.
It's mind blowing. I forget, it was like some French dude, but he went through and he was able to decipher all the cartouches, because if you were Egyptian royalty, your name was basically like it was like ovaled. They put like an oval around it, so they would be like, okay, well, we know for a fact this means Cleopatra, so we're able to like take these symbols and like backwards engineer what they mean.
Holy shit.
Like cryptography kind of thing. Like,
Right.
you
It was all like backwards engineered.
I used to love that shit when I was little, like
Yeah.
figuring out. I have those little books that had the markers that would like it was just like invisible ink, but you'd be like color in the answer and like it would reveal whether or not it was right, and you'd try to like fill in the blanks and stuff.
Right. It's
I
like
forget what they were called, but there was like a whole series of those books that were like You could do that. You could like do Hangman and color in the letter, and it would like be like, nope, wrong.
Wrong.
Oh, it's so good.
See, the Rosetta Stone didn't do that though.
No, like
it just pops up wrong.
Yeah, it starts getting carved more. It's just like wrong. It's like a bald eagle in a tree. I wonder if those two languages not merge, but like introduce themselves to each other, because like
Hi.
Alexander the
I'm Egyptian.
Well, like Alexander the Great went down to Egypt.
Oh, it's like these people definitely had to have talked to each other.
Yeah, like I think didn't he marry Cleopatra or something? Like there was he married somebody, or even though he was gay, but like there's.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah. No.
I didn't know that.
No, like his lover was in the army.
That's true. Actually, there was a lot of that, I think, back then.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like, yeah, like
It was Macedonia, I think.
Mm.
I gotta look that up.
in ancient Greece, no one gave a shit about nudity. People just like wrestle in the nude.
Yeah.
Honestly, like when they were doing all the original Olympics, it was full nude because that was considered what was most comfortable for the athletes.
Yeah.
No one cared.
Oh, his wife's name was Roxana. Oh, so yeah, Philip decided to isolate his former wife by marrying Cleopatra to Alexander of Molossus.
Molasses?
Molossus.
Oh.
Instead of the A, it's another O.
Okay.
Yeah, Cleopatra of Macedonia.
It's wild.
So, like, I wonder if that's like how those languages became introduced to each other, like those cultures.
It's really easy to look back and just think that, oh yeah, they were around before technology. They must have been stupid. Actually, no.
No.
We were able to.
They're probably smarter.
Like we were,
Yeah.
yeah. But really, though, honestly, like the ancient people were probably smart in a lot of ways because they were more resourceful with what they had. I mean, think of how many skills that these people had that we totally don't have because technology takes care of it.
Yeah. Can you make a fire? Like,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Like back then, everybody knew how to make a fire.
Yeah.
You had to, or else you were fucking dead.
If you watch Survivor, the first elimination challenge is almost always make a fire.
Oh my god!
And like, this get kicked off instantly. It's like,
I will.
here's
wrong.
Flint. They can't
It
do
reminds
it.
me of that video we watched of the guy in the up in the Alaskan Yukon or whatever. Remember, like he
Yeah.
built a shelter and made the fire and stuff.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh god, can't do it.
But those skills, you can't like just build a hut in the woods and survive and know what's poisonous and what's not. Like,
Yeah, no, like all that is just totally lost.
mm-hmm.
I mean, even like on like you're saying on Survivor, even giving people flint, it's like
They couldn't even make it.
That's sad. Like
Yeah.
if you have flint and just like
They get flint?
If they were
two sticks.
No, you would use 2 sticks, and then if you couldn't make a fire within like X amount of minutes, they would give you flint, and if you couldn't do that, they would just kick you off.
Yeah, then they give you lighter fluid.
There's no hope for you.
Blowtorch. You fuckers probably still couldn't do it with lighter fluid either.
Yeah.
That was I remember like back in Scouts, it's like flint was the go-to, but like lighter fluid was for just messing around. That would just be like. You know what lighter fluid would be for? Lighter fluid would be it's
gender reveal parties.
Yeah, how'd you know? Oh man, called it. No, lighter fluid would be I'm too lazy to make a fire. It's 10 o'clock at night. We just got here. My tent's not even set up. We have to get a fire going.
Yeah.
But every other time was just using the old flint and knife trick. There were a couple times where we did try to do a fire by rubbing 2 sticks. I will say that does take a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Even if you do...
they gotta be dry.
Well, yeah, dry is key, first of all. But 2, one thing that we did one time, which actually worked, was we took like a stick and made it like kind of into a bow, and we put a string from here to here. So
I've seen that.
And then you put a half hitch in the middle, and then you put the stick in the middle. So when you move the bow, it spins the stick.
Ton of friction.
So you're not doing this; you're just doing this.
Yeah.
So you have the stick on the board, basically the scene from Castaway.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you just have to have like a little tiny bit of like tinder right here, and there you go.
Yeah.
It needs to be like, pine needles or like just something super dry. Pocket lint, that always worked. Dryer lint was the best.
That's how people were so resourceful in that time.
Right, everybody had dryer lint.
Yeah.
Pocket lint from their jeans.
Yeah.
Yes. Like straw, seriously, anything.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I remember there was one time where we had when I joined my troop, there was like a bunch of older scouts where I was just coming out of elementary school, and these people were like just about to go into high school. They were like the class clowns, like the jokers. There was this one camping trip we went on where they thought it would be funny if they took the fire pit and just packed it with dry leaves. And then they just like lighter fluid in it.
Oh no!
And then they just tossed a match on it, and it was the smokiest fire. Like it was like smoke signals bad.
Oh
like, we had to call the fire department.
Beacons of
Oh,
Condor
no.
Finland.
It was like like that kind of smoke.
Oh no!
Like the beacon of Massachusetts has been lit. Like New Hampshire lights up. Like Maine, it's like Vermont lights up.
New England calls for aid.
New England calls for aid.
Oh, it was so bad.
New Mexico's on the way.
I think it was the weekend that you stayed home to study for the PE. But we were up in Maine and we had a campfire, and there was this the puzzle with like the rowboats in the water.
Oh, fuck
Remember that one?
that.
It was like one of those impossible puzzles that like not only is it like a confusing pattern, like design or whatever, but it's
It was
also
just water.
like it's like picture like a pool kind of like that kind of like blue turquoisey water, but it was like the whole thing. And like all the pieces fit together, so like you couldn't kind of suss it out by like do they who got the sauce? But you couldn't even do it like process of elimination, like, oh, this clearly doesn't fit here, just like, yeah, I guess this goes together, I don't know. So we finally gave up with it and made a campfire, and we were doing marshmallows and stuff, and my mom brought out the puzzle, and we threw chunks of puzzle in the fire. It was great.
Amazing.
Was it very smoky?
No, it wasn't that bad.
Now I'm all distracted by sauce.
Who got the sauce? I got the sauce.
Sauce.
I did whatever it did to get the Josh.
To get the job. I think my favorite sauce one was it's either the Paula Deen ones, like any of them, or there was one where like they made a YouTube poop for Donald Trump, and like the one of the news anchors was just like, you did this and now this is happening. Why do you have to say for yourself? And like in the middle of that, he just goes sauce, and then it cuts to the next scene.
See, my favorite one was it was a how it's made YouTube poop, and just in the middle with no warning at all, they took the Science Channel logo and they mirrored it so it said sauce. And like I don't know what the fuck's going on the screen, and then just zooms into the mirrored logo and it goes sauce.
We're gonna do our favorite recipe tonight. Sauce pie, because it's sausage pie or something. We'll put it in the oven. Teresa, I could just fucking kill her. Get over here. No, like the oven thing. The oven thing always kills me.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna put it in for 10 degrees for 350 minutes.
Yeah. You know what you should do? You should try to find as many of these links as possible and just put them in the description so people know what the fuck we're talking about.
Oh my god, the timestamp reference.
I know. Paula Deen YouTube poops.
So good. Dollapine.
I'm pretty sure the YouTube poop I'm thinking of with the Science Channel is just called Wow It's Made.
I think I've seen that.
I feel like that's an untapped reach. Like
there's this YouTube poop channel called Da Things One.
Yeah.
Great channel.
He's great, or she. I don't know.
I don't know.
They're great.
Yeah, it's a great channel.
Yeah.
They're great.
There's Wow It's Made, Wow It's Made 2 Revelations. Something like that.
I feel like I commend those people who made like those creators.
That's dedication, because like for every 3-minute video, it's like,
dude, you know,
how much?
I
hours
actually
do they come?
But they're doing it, and
I actually had a horrifying thought. You know how like deep fake and like AI voices becoming a thing?
Yeah.
Those are basically going to make YouTube poops extinct. Because why would you bother sentence mixing Robotnik when you can just put all of his speech into an AI system and just have him
say it perfectly?
Like, why have him say pingus when he can just say penis? You know what I mean?
Because it's funnier.
Pingus! Pingus! Pingus!
What did we watch?
Now
And
you
they were
can
like,
scrub my
pingus,
pingus!
pingus, pingus, pingus.
This video will be flagged?
Yeah, this video will be flagged.
Oh my god, there was one, I couldn't even tell you which Sonic YouTube poop this was, but the line was, now you can throw my nuts in the cooler!
I'm just like very impressed that these people can make the videos. They're like, you know what, I think this would be a funny video if I did this. Because I sit there and I'm like, I think it would be funny if I did this. And I sit there and I'm like, but I hate working on it. Oh, again, then I just sit there and watch TV.
It sucks making YouTube poops. I made a Wilford Brimley YouTube poop back in high school. It's called Bilford Brimley. And it has just some of the laziest sentence... Like, it is abysmal working on these things. Especially when you're using Windows Movie Maker. But when I was done with it, it's on YouTube. Like, you can find it. I put it on my shit posting channel. But... I never wanted to look at Wilford Brimley again after making that. Just because watching it over and over again and like trying to get the editing just right, it's a lot of work. So like, hats off to those people that
they have hundreds of videos. Yeah. Like, they're brilliant at it. They're some of the best editors you'll ever see.
Yeah, it's like one of the best YouTube poopers ever, Walrus Guy. Like,
yeah, oh my god.
Arthur's massive throbbing hit. That's like one of the greatest YouTube poops ever.
Oh yeah. Like Link gets prostate cancer.
Yes.
Like, that's such a classic. I love those. There's I think who did he do the only Mama Luigi poop ever made, or is that somebody else?
That was Walrus Guy.
Yeah,
that had to have been, yeah.
I just love that because
Mama Luigi.
They go like there's one scene where they like.
Sorry.
They go into a pool of lava and Yoshi just dies. And like I don't know, like the editing on that was so fucking good. Or there was
I could rewatch that one.
I think the best made one, I think I showed you this, Guonom buys an X-Wing on eBay.
I have to rewatch it.
But like the guy edited it perfect, and he's just sitting there like doing this, and he goes, "Look what I bought," and he goes, "I'm got the X-Wing on eBay," and like it's just so perfect. And then he flies off, and the king flies it, and he plays the full last mission of the TIE Fighter video game for PC.
Wow!
Like it was funny at first, and then you're just marveling at it. Like it's like a 5-minute video. You're laughing very hard for like a minute and a half, and then after that, you're just like, "Oh my god." See, this is a masterpiece.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I really hope that just like that craft still gets appreciated even when like deep fake and all that stuff takes over. Because like really, it's like if you loaded like okay, let's say you wanted to make Link Faces of Evil YouTube poop for whatever reason in the year 2025.
Yeah.
All you'd have to do is just load all of Link's speech into some AI to pick up his like nuances and speech or whatever, and just type in what you want him to say, and there you go. Like all the work's done for you. And whereas like your sentence mixer, he's like the sentence mixer is going to go through and look for all the syllables, reverse things, and like you know what I mean.
It's
an art form.
The glitchiness is funny. The poor mixing is funny. The combination of words to create a different word that's almost always like wrong, but you see what they're trying to do is very funny.
It makes you laugh at how resourceful it is.
Yeah.
Because
Rupees guy.
Yeah.
That's the most resourceful one.
Because Morshu exists for like less than 30 seconds. But I've seen people do full-length music videos with just that 30 seconds of dialogue.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It's like, unbelievable.
what is it? That one somebody that I used to know.
I think I showed that. Either you showed it to me.
With that 30 seconds of dialogue, this dude managed to remix all of those words into every lyric. It's incredible.
Yeah. Like, that's unbelievable talent. That person's probably like a Hollywood editor. Or they work at Target. Like, it's
one or the other.
One or the other.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
Like, I would love to be able to have that talent with whatever hobby I have. Like, I just commend them. Like, I can't believe they're not sitting there like addicted to Minecraft or something, or like stuck on watching Game of Thrones. Like, they can literally come home and work on that, and it's like,
and enjoy it at the same time. Yeah.
They probably do struggle like doing it, and like that's why they post like once every 2 months. But like,
it's that kind of struggle that makes you. It's
very fulfilling.
Like, it's a fun challenge, not like, oh, I'm struggling, I hate this, I'm gonna walk away.
Yeah,
from it.
you're not doing
challenge,
chemistry
like,
homework.
How do I get Morshu to say this one line?
Yeah,
I'm gonna listen to the dialogue for the millionth time and pick out every single syllable I possibly can.
The only time I can feel like that with a hobby is if I'm writing something and I'll be like, it'd be really funny if this person did this, and then I can try to create a scene where for some reason it's possible where they start doing that stupid thing. That's the only time I'm ever creative in that kind of way, and I don't care whatever utility I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
But that sounds like an artist being like, I'd love to paint this, or a musician being like, I need this sound to occur during this phase, or like, I don't know. That's the only time I've ever experienced that. I need to tap into that more.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to start seeing a writing coach, I think.
That's cool.
I think just like get some ideas on how to keep writing, stick with it, keep it constructed, because I want to like write this fucking book.
Yes, you want to produce something.
Oh, wedding photos.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrific.
Yeah.
Yay.
Send it to me.
We'll look at them soon. But yeah, I think that'll do it. We'll wrap up the episode here.
Our socks are now dry.
Our socks have become wet and dried.
This episode is dedicated to
Christopher Crippen, baby.
Chris Crippen.
Yep.
Chris Crippen.
If you're not a bot, this episode's dedicated to you. If you're a bot that was just commenting,
no, Chris Crippen
Thank
is no
you.
bot.
You're all right. You're a real one.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for commenting, Chris.
Yeah.
Chief.
Yes. All right. We'll play our outro. That's it.
Sauce.
Sauce.
Oh.
Sauce. The Ballad of Sauce. Bye.